Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
WovenRealm, The Adventures So Far, A Call to Adventure, Episode 1 through 5 Recap. It would seem fate would have it that our cast of characters met almost 2 weeks ago in the treetop village of Trevenza. All of them were seeking out something similar, more knowledge about the clairvoyants they all shared. But what is to be clairvoyant? To know the true nature of our realm. That Everencia was actually born out of a recent fusion of two separate worlds. Most folk are unaware of this truth, believing the world to always be of this nature, but the clairvoyants, they know to some degree. It was at Madame Curio's bizarre bazaar that our characters had met, seeking out the Madame's knowledge on such mysterious things. Following instructions to seek out chaos in its hearts, the clairvoyants made haste for Badger Creek, as it was the site of a recent chaos storm. Zara and Constance set the tone for the party, who were out here to fix the realms. The clairvoyants made no delay in setting to investigating the strange ongoings of the bustling river town. The governor's daughter was missing, and Soren's personal involvement made finding the missing Isabella a priority. Throughout their investigation, Constance also learned a shipment from Eternal Trust did also go missing. The investigation led the party to follow a path to the quartered-off parish ward. Here they delved in and discovered a Thresh had taken up residence in the temple. Defeating the Thresh and its fey minions, the clairvoyants learned the true threat to Badger Creek was indeed something far more sinister. A false hydra. Emmy's cat-like nature allowed them to see through the creature's psionic deceptions that masked it from sight and memory, and was able to lead the charge against the creature, slaying it. In the parish ward, the party learned from a ghost of a mage from the academy that Weave students had procured the Heart of Dreams from Dr. Jewel Crawford for an arcane experiment that went terribly wrong, leading to the chaos storm. With their prize in hand, the clairvoyants took some time to rest, recover, and get to know each other and their new friends. As Soren found a love interest in Violetta, the Mage of the Weave, the Silverblade Nomads sure are interesting folk. With full Weave approval, the party returned to Madame Curio in Trevenza, where they were soon pointed to a Goldfire, a town of pilgrims built at the foot of a mighty mountain. They were told to find Curio's old friend, someone she referred only to as Old B. Izara had a strange vision on the journey to Trevenza, where she saw a fortress, and within, her god told her to seek it out. The party learned this was the Severed Hand, an ancient and haunted elven fortress that makes for the perfect detour on the journey to Goldfire. Shaw, also plagued with visions, has seen himself as a dragon, and mountains exploding. A story of one known as the Slayer, who killed a mighty dragon in Spelldoom, is most intriguing. The party supplied themselves and set out from Trevenza on their journey to the Severed Hand. With masterful cartography and skillful navigation, the group arrived in the swamplands at the foot of the Severed Hand, an aptly named fortress. Steeling themselves, the Clairvoyants prepared to enter and find what specters of the past await inside.
Okay, hello!
Hello, all you magical elves and devils from the Nine Hells. Good evening and welcome to Chromatic Chimera, where the story's made up and the XP doesn't matter. Ever. Because I'm a milestone guy. I'm the one known as Puddins, and tonight you'll notice I'm wearing a farmer hat. That's because tonight I will be reaping some souls. Whose souls will I be reaping tonight, you ask? Well, they're sitting right here with me. AJ as Constance of Eternal Trust, the Azamar Paladin. Chris as Soren Silverthorn, the Half-Elf Bard. Sam as Stars of Emerald, aka Emmy the Felper Monk. Lucy as Izara Solaris, the Half-Elf Cleric. And Noir as Shaw, the Dragon Spawn Fighter. And this is WovenRealm, a 13th Age independent broadcaster actual play. And we are returning to the realm of Everencia. You heard the recap. That's what's happened so far. And we last left our group standing outside the ominous Severed Hand. So feel free to roll. Let's just start with a nice, history check here. Intelligence-based, if that's in your background. And if you are of the elven descent, add +2 to your roll.
You said the initiative?
What?
You said roll initiative?
No, intelligence.
Oh, intelligence. Never mind.
And a big 12. Start strong.
They're both I words.
20. Gotcha. All right. Anyone else?
Give me a sec.
You said if you had an elven background?
Any background is fine. It's just elven background gives +2.
I have 21. I have a 21.
Okay, so Shaw and Soren know a lot about this fortress.
19.
So does Constance.
Weirdly.
I know nothing. I got a 3.
All right, yeah. Emmy, you're not from around here, so you wouldn't really know.
I'm new in town.
Place. Yeah, you're new in town. So, Izara, you know that most travelers tend to avoid the Severed Hand. Not only is its location in a swamp make it not an ideal place to travel to, but many believe it to be haunted, which has kept looters and archaeologists away for centuries. Shaw, you probably heard about this place in your travels as you've aided some people on small farms and whatnot, and you've probably heard mention of the Severed Hand, perhaps thought it was a really cool place that you'd want to check out eventually. And Soren, you read about it in a book. And Constance, you're from the area, so you've probably heard stories from the traders of Eternal Trust, the merchants. And you've heard stories in your travels in the region of a few adventuring parties who have delved into the Severed Hand, only to have never come out. The Severed Hand's an old fortress of elven construction. Magic was heavily utilized during its construction. And this fortress was constructed by the Alfenheim Empire to maintain control of what is now the Higardi Maywood border region when they ruled the land. And legends tell, only Soren and Shaw know this, legends tell of a powerful artifact high within one of the towers of the Severed Hand. The Alfenheim Empire left this ancient seed, an acorn, with the overseers of the fortress.
Oh, I know this place. This is that place with that magic nut.
Magic nut?
What?
Yeah, I heard about this place, going back and forth and whatnot. I thought it was weird. Severed hand. Apparently some kind of old elf society left a magic acorn, some kind of ancient nut that people want. I don't know what you do with a nut, but people want it.
You
Well,
can roast them or turn them into a lovely trail mix.
yeah, I mean, I'm figuring as much as I heard, there's supposed to be all sorts of spooky stuff in there. Yeah, it's supposed to be haunted. So,
Oh,
I
I don't.
have heard that it's haunted.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would go to a haunted place for a
Most
nut.
people don't.
I mean, some do for the nut, but I don't know if anybody got it though.
is this what your visions spoke of, Izara?
This is definitely it.
Was there an acorn involved, or?
Not as far as I saw.
I mean,
I saw.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask, were there any nuts of any kind in your rooms?
No. I saw a light, a room that resembled an astrolabe. I heard a voice. No acorns.
Maybe it was like the light was shining from the nut, and so you couldn't tell it was.
It resembled a glass box, actually.
Oh. Was there something in it?
The light
Oh, just the lights, but...
in the I couldn't see
Oh.
anything other than
Huh.
just it reminded me of a star.
Oh.
So,
Well?
I mean, I'm figuring we're going forward. I mean, there's guaranteed to be all manner of violence, which I'm personally very excited for. But I mean, if we find the nut, like,
Or this box.
I mean,
I think it might be the box we want.
What is special about this acorn?
I there's this gentleman I bumped into once, and he just would not stop talking about it, and I was just like, if I ever get around to that severed day, and I might check that out, see what this guy's going on about. And lo and behold, we're here, and I'm just like, if we stumble on like an acorn of a particular size or something, I'm like, I would like very much to see what it's about.
Oh. Well, okay.
I suppose if we happen upon it.
All right then. So he just starts walking forward.
Onward, then.
Well, everybody be careful if, there's supposed to be ghosts and stuff about.
I pull out my javelin and start following Shaw.
Like, he's got like a bounce to his stuff because he's very excited for the violence.
I think Emmy will make a point of going in last.
Okay.
Like, they'll watch the rear.
All right. So you cross the drawbridge, stained green by moss and algae. A brown-orange chain, having long ago rusted away, has snapped, causing the bridge to fall flat. The bricks of the severed hand show that they were once a beautiful white with green accents that have faded over the ages past and as the land changed. What remains of the once magnificent structure is weather-beaten and partially collapsed. As you approach, you notice that one of the towers of the severed hand is essentially in ruin, standing on a skeleton of what it once was. You step into the shadow of the fortress, the clouded light of the sun blocked out by the towers. The rising stone splits the brick tower entrance into two doorways, with staircases leading upward, but the pathway on the right appears to be blocked by collapsed rubble. As you ascend the winding stairs, you hear the echoes of steel on steel. For a moment, you thought you heard the distant sounds of a battle, and a good one at that. Dust clings to the stone walls, and the echoes of your footsteps seem to never cease sounding. You eventually emerge at the center of a circular level of the main fortress. The entrance is at the center. A corridor around it forms an inner ring. An outer ring consists of what were once several rooms. Most of these rings and rooms do not go, quote-unquote, all the way around the circle due to a collapsed structure that has kind of cut off half of the severed hand, suggesting this ground level is larger than it is. You gaze upon what was making the noises you heard as you ascended the staircase. In the dim lighting of the ruins, you make out vaguely humanoid shapes and ethereal forms locked in an eternal struggle. The shades of heavily armored knights are locked into battle against animated skeletal soldiers who appear to be defending the two staircases leading upwards. When you enter, you hear a deep bell ring that shakes the whole fortress. The stones shiver and you hear gravel and dust from the stones settle. The undead cease their battle with each other and turn their attention toward the Clairvoyants.
Oh.
Blades are raised, and they let out ghastly battle cries as they prepare to charge the interlopers. Roll for initiative.
Bum.
I'll take us to the battle screen.
Yes. Is it easier if we roll initiative in the Roll20 so it like goes into the tracker for you? I don't know if you have a preference.
It's fine. It's a lot easier because I'm already actually started filling in some of my enemies in here actually. So
Didn't we roll session for initiative?
I think we had talked about it.
Just roll it again.
Because we didn't come back, so.
Yeah, I just rolled very badly, and I rolled really well last time.
Yeah, I also rolled very badly.
All right.
I too have rolled very badly. I rolled an 8.
Not a 7.
1.
17.
It's a nat 1, so.
Ooh.
5.
Too busy looking for that nut.
Yeah.
All right. So I heard an 8 from Shaw, 7 from Azara, 17 from Constance, and a 5 from Emmy. Soren, what'd you get, my friend?
That bodes well.
16.
All right.
Or 17, sorry.
Off to a promising start.
Who wants to go first, Constance or Soren?
Oh, actually, I forgot my deck, so it's a 9, not an 8. Sorry.
You're good. But that will help you.
Chris, that's up to you. It doesn't matter for my character. Okay,
Fine.
I'll go before then.
All right, I pre-rolled my initiatives. The Night Wraiths got 27, Skeleton Soldiers got 20, then it'll be Constance with 17, then Soren with a 17, Shaw with a 9, the Skeletal Archers with an 8, Izara with a 7, and Emmy with a 5. Things to know about this map: the area you're in, those arrows represent what zones you can go into from this place. So, with that, the Night Wraiths will take their turn. Alright, so the first one is actually going to just maintain its place. This one here on the westerly side of the corridor. But the Night Wraith from the room in the north just floats in, approaches Izara, and just lets out a die, and swings the ghostly blade. And that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Meets it.
Alrighty then. One moment, please.
Thanks, I hate it.
That is going to be 15 points of damage total. 6 of those are negative energy or necrotic. So this thing you don't expect this wraith to just come at you and just swings this ghostly blade.
You haven't done anything yet.
Just, and you notice the armor on this wraith is emblazoned with the symbol of the astral star. Next up, skeleton skull soldiers. The first batch will charge in, and you just hear the clatter of bones as these skeletons. They're crawling through the walls and over barriers, and they're just sprinting towards whoever they can on this map here. And they begin encircling the party. You're beginning to get outflanked by all these little skeletal soldiers, and they are going to make their attacks. All right, Constance, that's a nat 20, so you will take 6 damage from that skeleton.
Okay.
Constance, does a 13 hit?
No. For like AC?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It's
no.
all versus AC.
Okay.
And does a 15 hit?
No.
All right. Shaw, does a 24 hit?
Unfortunately, yes, it does.
So you will take 3 damage. And
I
then
will
Shaw,
take 3 damage.
and then Shaw, that is a 25, not 25, a 23 to hit.
I don't like it, but it hits.
That will also be 3 damage. And then finally, Soren, does a 17 hit?
This is armor class?
Yes.
That meets it, yeah.
Alright, so that'll also be 3 damage to you. So these skeletal soldiers just come pouring into the room, and they're just starting to climb up all over you, and they're just swinging with these rusted swords. It's not like they're even sharp. They just hurt because they're heavy. And then the next mob of skeletal soldiers barges into the room. And they begin surrounding the party even further. So much so that they can't even reach, not all of them can even reach the party at this point. Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a crit. You will take 6 points of damage from that skeleton.
Starting to piss me off.
Fuck him up, Shaw.
I'm going to use Heavy Warrior.
Okay.
Once per battle, while wearing heavy armor, if I get hit as free action, I'll take half the damage instead. So I'm just going to take 3.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that works. Emmy, does a 10 hit?
No.
How does a 18 hit?
That will hit.
3 damage.
Okay.
Soren, does an 8 hit?
No.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
Alright, so again, these skeletons just kind of barrel into you, and you feel like just this wall of bones just slam into you, and they've got like this rusted armor, hopefully you got your tetanus shots before coming into the severed hand, because, whew. And with that, Constance, it is your turn.
Oh my, they did not waste any time, did they? And she will activate her halo. So, once per battle is a free action. You gain +2 to all defenses until you are hit by an attack or until the battle ends. And then I will... You can't do 2 free actions, right? Just 1.
You could sacrifice an attack to do another free action.
Can I sacrifice movement to do a free action?
No.
Fine. Okay. Never mind. Then I will just melee attack the nearest thing to me. That isn't an ally.
That's a lot of skeletons.
Yes.
So go for it.
I would like to attack all of them.
I will also need to know your natural roll, please.
Okay. Damn. Okay. So natural 11.
Okay.
And boop. So 16 to hit?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. D10's gonna roll the D10's. Gonna deal 10 damage.
What kind of damage?
Holy damage. Everything is holy damage.
So you'll deal, okay, hold on. 1, 2. All right, Constance.
Yeah.
So you raise your weapon up and it sparkles with that, that golden blue sparkly stuff that you get. And when you bring it down, it just goes through 2 of the skeletons, and they just collapse into bones and metal onto the ground. And you even hit another one as like you're taking down like this horde of skeletons.
Oh, nice!
Big swing. You just kind of like do a sweeping swing with your staff mace, just kind of just through like 2 skeletons, hit the last one. Good turn. Anything else?
Well, at least the easy ones were right at the entrance. And,
all right.
Yeah, that's it.
Thorin, go ahead.
All right, unstrapping the book. Gonna start saying my story of heroes. So I'm gonna give a +1 attack bonus to definitely Azara, and then who's going after me? Shaw and Emmy.
Ooh,
So y'all have +1 to attacks. That's my bonus action, and then my main action, does the one in front of Azara look, it's a specter, right? It's bigger.
That's a night wraith. Okay. That thing does not look like a skeleton. It's like in this like shining, definitely Higardi style armor, where the skeletons are wearing like a very ancient elven style of armor.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Battle Chant at that one. Okay. And I got a 14 to hit.
What are you targeting?
Mental defense.
That will not hit.
Damn it. And I think that's my turn, unfortunately.
So you try to like do your magic by reading from the book, and the creature looks at you. This wraith, it's like this ethereal mist just pouring out from underneath the rusted helmet. The star guides me. And
that's not real, right?
And with that, Shaw, it is your turn.
All right, good. Now I've been getting myself all psyched up to do all manners of violence. Now, I'm guessing Red Dot here is one of the fellas that hit me, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna hit him back. That's gonna be a 15 plus numbers.
Yeah, that'll hit. Man. 15 plus numbers will hit.
All right, yeah, that's gonna hit him. So let me go ahead and do my D10 of damage here. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let me pull this die. That don't like it. All right, that's gonna be a total of 12 damage.
All right, so you swing your sword and you crash into the bones of the skeleton, and you like take off like the arm of the skeleton and a bunch of the rib cage, and it's just kind of standing there without a jaw, just like this very ruined skeleton just looking at you, still like standing, just. And you can tell that your sword did not find to have the same effect that Constance's staff mace seemed to have attacking these creatures.
Oh, well, hell, I'm just gonna use a quick action to light this motherfucker on fire then.
All right, go for it.
Let me pull up the D8 for that. Oh, there we go. And now we're cooking with gas. That's gonna be 7 damage there. Sorry.
All right, so you actually end up toasting 2 of the skeletons, and with you're just so Shaw, you just kind of. And their eyes go like orangey, blazy red for a second, and you just let out this fire, and the bones of these skeletons are just charred black as they collapse and turn into ash.
I mean, that's what they got coming to them. They did that. By the way, it was a natural roll of 15 for the attack, which is an odd.
And that would have been versus PD, so you would have just hit anyway.
Alright, I'm gonna choose for the fighting maneuver that I used. I'm gonna say that I use Strong Guard, so that's gonna add a +2 to the AC of Emmy.
Nice. Alright, Emmy, a +2 AC.
Thank you.
The skeleton archers are up. And they're just gonna shoot into the room. Constance, that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
You will take 6 damage.
Well, I got it. Wait, so where's my... Yeah. Oh. Does +2 to all defenses, that means +2 to my AC, right?
Yeah.
Then never mind.
Okay, then it just bounces off of you. Huh. Zara, a 14 to hit.
That's not gonna hit.
No? Okay. You're able to kind of toss up a holy light that kind of just incinerates the arrow. Emmy, does a 26 hit? 6 damage.
Yes.
So an arrow just kind of comes flying between these skeletons, and it must have just been a lucky shot, Emmy, because somehow you got hit in that.
Quick question.
Yeah.
If the skill says once per round is a free action, does that mean that you can do it when it's not your turn?
No, that would be an interrupt you're looking for.
Okay.
Shaw does a 24 hit.
Just barely. Oh, yeah, no, wait, no, not just barely, because I'm doing strong guard. So yeah, it does hit.
All right, so that will be 6 damage, my friend. So
good mugga.
So Shaw, you're a bit frustrated because somehow an arrow still hit Emmy when you were trying to defend them, and the skeleton's able to get the drop on you as you're trying to defend Emmy, and you get an arrow right in the side there. But luckily, your armor absorbed most of the blow. With that, Izara, it is your turn.
By the way, I'm officially staggered.
Okay.
No!
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's not gonna stay that way for long.
I am actually. I'm going to step forward and spread my arms so the symbol of the astral star on my belt and on my uniform can be seen very clearly. Say, enough!
Give me a... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I was also a servant of the astral star.
Okay. Give me a charisma roll.
Can I apply devout or chosen one to this roll?
Yes.
Charisma?
Yes, please.
I hate everything.
Oh no.
What'd you get?
I have 13 total 5.
Did you use any relationship dies on that, or was it just background?
I didn't use. Can I use my +2 from the astral star relationship on this?
Sure.
Great. I have a heroic relationship with astral star. 15 total.
15?
Soren's, before you say the result, Soren's gonna start telling a quick story in battle about the Astral Star and how it is a great thing, and let you reroll. So roll it.
19 natural plus like a shit ton.
So
Yeah.
So the wraith will kind of float back for a second, recognizing the symbol
29.
of the star, which has not changed over the centuries, and will turn the ghostly blade downward and take a crusader's kneel as best as an ethereal creature can. And the other one, upon seeing this, does the same.
Excellent. Then can I quick action heal myself, please?
Sure. Emmy, it is your turn.
So right now it looks like immediate hostile actions are, like, ceased?
Again, from the knights at least.
At least from the wraiths?
Yeah.
The knights? Okay.
The dudes who are gonna really fuck you up.
Okay. Is holding an action a thing in 13th Age?
Not that I've seen, but I'll allow it.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I mean, you got all these
I feel like
skeletons
Emmy
to
would
get
just
shit
wanna...
out.
I know, but, like, Emmy's kind of, like, waiting to see... Because I think they recognize there's some sort of hierarchy going here. If it's, like, knights and, like, scrawny little skeletons. Like, I think they want to wait to see,
all right.
you know, after Azara just did that. They don't want to mess up her attempt at, like, a ceasefire.
I'll give you this, Emmy. The skeletons are going to be going next, and they look like they're rearing to go. They want to smack.
Okay. All right, then I will use my opening form. Let's see which one. I'll use One Must Be Free. We still get the hero song, right?
Yep.
Okay, ooh, that is a 24 to hit with a natural 19.
Yeah, yeah, you're going to bypass the resist, too.
Okay, so that's gonna be 7 damage, and one ally engaged with the target can pop free.
Well, it is dead.
I'm gonna... Oh, okay. Well,
You killed one.
Never mind.
And the allies
Sweet.
are pretty surrounded, so popping free isn't going to happen, I don't think.
Okay, well then, that's my turn.
You don't get to do another thing? You killed a minion. I mean, yeah, a mook.
I don't... So?
you just
I don't
did
get,
an
like,
opening
another
at-
turn or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get,
Okay.
like, that's my main action. Yeah, that's my
Okay.
standard thing. Yeah, the opening attack is, like, the level of form.
Okay.
So it's not, like the action size. It's
Yeah, no,
the damage die and the AC boost correlates to the type of form that you use.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand the monk a bit more.
Yeah, and I'm like trying to explain because it's like a neat thing too. So I figure
I'll actually.
Chad is curious how it works.
since they're all the mooks are in the same mob, what I'll let you do is I'll let you say like, okay, someone can pop free from the mob. Like you could, or Shaw really has an opportunity to break free of the mob.
I think Emmy would give Shaw the maneuverability, so he can get where he needs to be. Because if he's looking a little rough too, she's like, I don't want him stuck in the middle of this ring of enemies.
He looks rough, but he does look as though he's enjoying it. Picture that however you like it, but
not necessarily thinking Shaw's gonna like bounce or anything, but this way now Shaw's can like, you can go wail on whoever.
Yeah, you can like basically
whomever.
break free.
Okie dokie, I dig that.
You can go rampage.
Ravage.
All right. And with that, then, the skeletal soldiers are up next. And they are just going to keep doing what they do. Constance does a 24 hit.
Yeah.
3 damage.
Oh, okay.
Soren does a dirty 20 hit.
Yep.
3 damage. Soren, that's a crit. 6 damage. Emmy, that is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
3 damage. Emmy, that is a 7.
Miss.
All right.
Emmy's staggered, by the way.
Okay, Shaw, did you disengage? Did you pop free?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just move your guy to wherever in the zone then, because you pop free. Because that'll determine where these skeletons will converge.
You know what? Let's fight this guy.
All right.
I'll start some shit with him.
Just double checking. How long does the AC boost from Shaw last for Emmy? Is that just while you were near them?
No, that's until the start of my turn.
Okay, just checking.
Shaw, you'll still be in your purple zone. Next turn, you can pop over and attack him, and plus you'll get to use your shield ability then.
Okie dokie.
So let me finish the skeletal turns, then go do your thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're gonna charge Azara and Constance. All right. Azara does an 8 hit.
It does not.
Okay.
No.
Constance does a 20 hit. Dirty.
No.
Okay. So the skeletons, they kind of just keep trying to attempt to wail on the party, kind of like how skeletons do. They're just kind of flailing their weapons and throwing themselves at you almost, trying to jab you with their pokebones. And sometimes they find purchase on you, but it's very clumsy how these skeletons are attacking. And you're starting to find a rhythm in this battle as we go around. Oh yes, can't forget about you, my friends. All right, Constance.
Yes.
It is your turn. You got skeletons still abound.
Yeah, I look around and I'm seeing that my friends are just like getting mobbed by all these mooks, and I'm going to use a smite evil to try to take out a few of them.
All right, make that attack.
Fudge. Natural 4 plus 5, 9.
Versus?
AC.
That will not hit, but you can
Yeah.
still deal miss damage, though.
What do I get from? I think I just get 1 for miss damage. So the one with the red dot that's closest to me. So that
Alrighty.
just gets 1 damage.
So you you miss your smite. The light goes off next to the skeletal horde, but one kind of gets hit by a little stray beam. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Cry.
All right, Soren, it's your turn.
Okay. Soren is going to take the book and just open it pages up and just like slam his palm into it, and this like echo of sound goes out, and he's gonna cast Sound Burst. And I rolled sadly a 9 to hit mental defense on 4 skeletons.
That'll hit the skeletons.
Yes. They take 22 damage, and I'm gonna target the 4 around me.
Yep. And they just burst into just bones and whatever they were wearing, and just it all clatters all around you.
I'm just gonna kind of like straighten my shirt a little bit and dust myself off, and then I'm gonna roll to retain my story, and that's it. And it fails actually, so I'm gonna give Emmy +2 on their next attack with my final verse of the story.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Shaw, it is your turn.
Yep. Alright, so I'm charging buddy over here like, hey, you didn't do anything to us, but I don't like the way you looking at me, cuz I'm a swing at him. That's gonna be a 12 plus number. 12 plus 16.
Sounds like it hits to me.
18 total.
Yeah, it sounds like it hits.
All right, and now I know that the shield does something extra funky.
Yeah, you get to make a free attack.
Ooh. How much damage was the shield again?
1d10 as well.
Ooh, look at that boy go.
There's an entry on it in the Roll20 actually.
That's right. That's gonna be a total of 10 damage total.
Right.
6 on the die, 4 from the strength, and then I'm a yippee ki with the sword. Yeet. 17 plus 18, 19, 21.
Just dead.
Okay.
So Shaw you just kind of knock over like this chunk of ruined wall as you charge into this room. You got like brick flying off your armor. There's like chunks of brick. It's still stuck in the horns of Stagthorn as you drive the shield into this skeleton. It's like it's like clawing at you as it's stuck in the wall, and that's when you just take the sword and just lop its head off.
That was the violence I was looking for. I would like to use a quick action if I may.
Sure.
And I'm going to use that quick action to use Tough as Nails. Once per battle, I can rally using a quick action instead of a standard action.
Go for it. Use a recovery.
Yep.
I'll leave you to it.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so that's 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 HP back.
All right. And the skeleton archers, it is their turn, and they did not like what you did to their friend Shaw. They really did not enjoy that.
Can I mention one last thing? I'm so
Sure.
sorry.
No,
I
you're
forgot to choose my fighting style. I am choosing defensive fighting because I have nobody next to me to protect.
Yeah, I assumed so.
Okay.
That'll be a 24 to hit.
That beats my AC by 3!
All right, that'll be 6 damage there.
Ow, my body.
17.
Miss.
Nat 1, so it'll shoot its friend instead.
I can appreciate that.
All right. So Shaw, they're kind of like you're still like kind of recovering from that big like charge you did, and that they find their opportunity to pepper you with arrows, but the one is like a little too excited, hits his buddy in the process, and the skeleton turns back and like at its ally violently. And Izara, it is your turn.
Great. I am going to just jab some mooks. So javelin is up against their physical defense, and it is holy damage because I am an anti-undead cleric. The escalation die is at 1, correct?
Yes.
Well, I rolled a natural 1, so.
Woof. Your
Does not
will
matter.
just your spell fizzles.
We're
Just-
gonna die.
Time this has happened to me!
Emmy, it is your turn. There are still some mooks to beat about.
Right. Is it just that one skeleton currently engaged with Emmy right now?
Yep.
Or is okay. Then I'm going to use my flow attack, and I get a +2 from Soren, right?
Yep, and a +1 from the escalation die.
Sweet, so 3 total. How'd I do? Ooh, that is just a 12, natural 5, if that matters for anything on your end.
It does. So you will still do your miss damage.
Sweet.
But you do miss, but you get to choose one of the following benefits. Take a move action as a free action or gain +4 to PD.
I don't think anything has targeted our PD that we've seen yet, right?
Not here, no.
Ah, shit, but I don't really want to move yet. Yeah, I'll just take the PD boost for now.
Alright, sounds good. The rates are up, so that'll make the escalation die 2. Boop. The skeleton soldiers are up again. Emmy, that is a dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
3 damage.
Okay.
Constance, that's a 9 and a 15 to hit.
No.
So, Emmy, you're just kind of trying to decide what to do with this skeleton in front of you, and it just kind of takes that moment of hesitation that and jumps on you. Constance, these other two, they kind of try to jump at you, but you got like this holy force field, just kind of makes them go. And with that, Constance, it is your turn.
All right, we're gonna try smiting again.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? There's not enough of them here. Who's that big scary dude?
The knights have since stood down.
Okay. Never mind then. I'm gonna attack the skeletons.
All right.
20 odd.
That'll hit.
Cool. So, I think smite is an extra D12.
Oh, you're smiting still?
Yeah, I decided I decided I could spare one more. 9 plus 6, 15 damage.
So your smite just, and it makes this wave that just kind of, this holy wave of light that comes up to the skeleton that was gonna jump on Emmy again and just turns it into a pile of bones.
You shall not hurt my friends.
Soren,
Any more.
Soren, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna cast my battle chant at the skeleton with Constance.
Sure.
And that's a natural 15.
That'll hit.
Plus 4. Okay, and I deal very minimal damage. I don't even have that dice out. Never mind, yeah, I do. I deal 1. I deal 1 damage to the skeleton proudly.
And it dies.
Yes, exactly. Just as I drew up. So I'm going to run up to it and just put both of my hands on the side of its head and just put like purple energy through it and just explode it.
All right, and you can still move.
Okay, and then I'm going to... so I'm going to move right... I'm going to move into zone 4 right there.
Gotcha. Zone 4 is actually inaccessible. Note the white arrows.
Oh, yeah. I'll just stand here then. I don't want to quite move to the next zone, but...
Gotcha. Shaw, it is your turn.
Time for some more violence then. Well, hell, y'all done killed the ones that I was targeting. So I'm just gonna hop on over here. And I'm gonna introduce this fella to my nice new shield. It likes hurting.
I think that's a once a combat ability.
Oh, then never mind. Instead, I'm just going to stab. Can I shield bash? Because I do know that these things don't take as much damage from the
Yeah, you can shield. I'll let you shield bash. Yeah.
All right. So let's go right ahead real quick here, and what we're gonna do is we're going to, okay, I can't find it, but that's a nat 20, so that's
all right. Yeah, and how much damage are you dealing? Yeah, fighter damage is just, it's all the same because 13th Age is beautiful and makes all the damage the same.
So that's 7 plus strength. 8, 9, 10, 11.
And you, yeah, since you critted, you just run up and you just take your shield and just drive this skeleton into the ground.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really damn like this thing. And I'm gonna get back into my defensive position because I don't like getting hit so much. It don't feel good.
And it's at this point that the wraiths kind of get up, finish off the rest of the skeletons, and you are left at peace in the Severed Hands first floor.
Oh, well, that wasn't so bad.
I guess the stories of this place being haunted were not wrong.
Seems that way.
Yeah, I definitely got stabbed a bunch.
Now, there are several more floors we must journey to, correct?
Well, could we maybe take a little breather real quick?
Oh, yes, of course. It does seem that maybe not everyone is doing quite so well as Shaw and myself.
Well, I just, need a few minutes. Maybe there will be some sort of clues of, what is going on here if we take a few moments to look around.
Oh. Well, then I shall search diligently. I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, excuse me.
I'm thinking maybe it's not smart for anybody to go alone, so if you're not minded so much.
I was only going to stay on this floor.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna say if you're looking for a little company, just in case some more ghoulies come, I wouldn't mind coming with you.
You would like to come with me?
Curious.
Oh, nothing would make me happier. Shall we?
All right. Don't mind the puddle of blood that follows me. You just walk.
All right.
Actually, I would like to approach the knights. Are they still kneeling?
Yeah, they're kind of still kneeling.
I will walk to them. I will give them a little respectful bow.
They will kind of form up, like, into a standing pose, sword still facing towards the ground, bow towards you.
Your spirits here willingly guarding this place.
We never said willingly.
Like to be set.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Would you like to be set free?
It does not matter if we are set free. For Artel Kessir, we'll just keep our souls bound to this place.
Because they're what? Sorry, I didn't.
Artel Kessir.
Do I recognize that name?
Roll me a history check. And you're Elven, so go ahead, give me like a plus. You can add a +2 to whatever background you want to apply as well.
Okay. History? With intelligence?
Yeah, I meant to say intelligence. It's like a history or culture or... Yeah, it's mainly historical lore stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if any of my backgrounds would help. Okay, yeah, not great. It's only a 14.
The name does not really ring a bell to you. But it sounds like a name. Like someone...
Individual.
Yeah, name. Yeah. So, they don't really have much else to offer you, though. They just kind of sit there hauntingly.
Well, Azara is now determined to free these souls. New objective acquired.
While that's going on, am I able to find any clues on this floor? Just like investigating, searching around.
Roll me a D100. You do find 50 silver pieces worth of old elven artifacts. So just add that to the wealth.
I don't know if I can support her in any way, but that's all Shaw's doing.
32.
All right. So you just find old elven artifacts on this floor. What kind of clues are you looking for exactly?
Anything that might be related to these chaos hearts, I guess.
So when you're you're kind of moseying around the room, and you kind of go up towards the collapsed rubble that's kind of cutting off part of the fortress to you. And when you approach it, you swear you can just hear something large moving on the other side, and you can feel it's warm coming from the other side too.
You said it's a door?
No, it's not a door, it's rubble.
Oh,
it's just,
rubble.
You can just feel like it's warm, and you can hear something large on the other side.
Oh. Perhaps it is best that I am not strong enough to move this. It seems there may be something dangerous on the other side.
Oh, well, hell, I'm strong as hell.
Oh, but
this is like a whole collapsed fortress. You're not
Okay.
digging through this.
Shaw's about to be like, move. Ah!
Like, it's like a whole ass collapsed tower. I don't think you're gonna be able to move it, unfortunately, unless you like. I don't know.
Alex, can I get a spelling on that name?
Yeah, it's weird. Hold on. I have to find it.
I would just, we don't have to do anything with it now, but while we have been looking for clues, Shaw has had a keen eye out for anything acorn or nut adjacent.
Shaw, you do notice in like the faded and rusted decorations of this place, there is a lot of like oak imagery with a lot of like, acorns in the imagery of the decoration here. So yeah, it's definitely the right place.
I'm getting closer to that nut.
So
this is the acorn you speak of from your dreams?
Oh no, not my dreams. Just this one drunk fella that wouldn't stop talking about it. But it's here, the nut. I can tell, I can feel it. They got it etched in the walls.
I find it quite odd that there would be a single nut in this entire building when there are no trees.
Well, they got pictures of trees all over, so it must be. It's weird elf stuff. I don't really quite understand it. But the way this fella was talking, this nut's mighty important, or it must be delicious or something. I don't know what he was talking about it like crazy. It was one of those fellas that no matter how hard you tried to end a conversation with them, they just kept going. And so I zoned out most of it, but the only thing that kept bringing me back was he kept mentioning a nut. And I giggled a lot. I really did. And now I want to see what he was talking about. And now that we're here, I see nut iconography all over the place. So, truly, he must have been on to something.
Well, I am quite excited for you and your discovery of this nut.
I'm really feeling like we're all gonna find a little bit of something in here. It's clear that Zara is finding something to do with her people and whatnot. And I think that you're gonna find something because you deserve it. Honestly, I think you're doing real good. And you know what? I'm a simple man. I don't even really want the nut. I just want to know what the nut is about. I want to know why he kept talking about it. You understand?
Yes, I can understand that.
All right.
However, I am quite happy without any nuts.
If we end up finding it and it's good, I'll definitely make sure that everybody gets some. I'm not a selfish man. I'm more than willing to share that nut.
I am quite sure there will be enough nut to go around.
Please, somebody else take this. I can't keep it.
I quit.
I made a mistake.
Can I speak with Soren?
Sure.
Soren is sitting on the ground, licking his wounds.
I will approach Soren. There is blood on my white coat, and I look quite disgruntled. Soren.
Yes, if you're coming for healing, I think you should go to yourself before me.
No, thank you. You're well versed in various lores and such. Are you familiar with the name Artel?
Am I familiar with that, DM?
Give me a lore check of some kind.
Love having a lore-based character in the party. I fucked up my roll. Soren, what do you think?
Can I add well connected to my background?
No, this is
No, it's not really.
Thing.
15 then.
Artel Kassir, it's definitely an old elven name. Definitely appropriate for a structure from the Alfenheim Empire.
Some old elven shit.
Hoping for more.
Elfenheim Empire rings a bell, but I don't really know what that means beyond that.
Whoever they are, they bound those souls here against their will.
Seems like you made some friends. Perhaps you can set them free as well.
I hope to. Would be more helpful if I knew what had kept them here in the first place.
Oh, perhaps you'll find it as you continue going, as long as we all survive.
I hope so. It's a cruel to bind a soul permanently.
Yes, though they're not necessarily my faith, I wish them freedom as well, so I'll see it through.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Soren's just gonna kind of cross his legs and lay on his back and just kind of heal for a second.
Alrighty.
Yeah, can we cover this while we're doing this?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
You can regain. Yeah, you can use recoveries in this. You can regain one recovery by taking a.
Or spend one recovery, right?
Spend one recovery. Yeah, that's what I mean. Spend a recovery if you like, because we're taking a break. And then from here, there's only up to go.
What is with the rolls tonight, folks?
Yeah,
what is
seriously,
happening?
that is bullshit.
Ugh.
I didn't roll
I
well
hope
on my
we-
recovery.
I hope we. I hope
Poorly.
the folks wanted a lot of dice rolling tonight because
I
I've
don't-
been getting.
I don't know about y'all, but I haven't been having a hard time with my dice rolls, thanks to my Jawbreaker die here. That's good, customized for y'all. So, you know, it's been rolling pretty well for me. Hey,
I'm glad.
Just a quick plug.
I tried not to curse them. I tried very hard.
Mine are fickle tonight, but
Oh no.
but they gave me that double crit on the Hydra, so like, you know.
It's balancing it itself out.
Yeah.
So, Emmy, did you have any, Soren, did you have anything you wanted to do during this resting period before we journey upward into the severed hand?
No, Emmy's seriously just taking the time trying to recover. They're like stretching out and just like, okay, I will do better next time.
Soren's just kind of flipping through his book, absentmindedly over the next hour or 10 minutes, whatever we take to rest. And he's just like, I bet you have some answers somewhere in here, don't you? And he's just kind of absentmindedly flipping through it. But other than that, no.
Okay. So, eventually you gather yourselves back together and prepare yourselves to delve deeper, or further up. You make the long climb up the curved stone stair that appears to rise into the stone the fortress was built around. You reach the next floor of the main fortress. The rooms of this ring still have their walls intact. You look to your right, and where the ring that makes up this floor plan would have continued is a chasm created by a collapsed tower. This must be where the first floor was caved into. Across the wide chasm, you can see what would be the rest of the second floor. You would need wings to get over there. Strangely, you notice that the torches and braziers are lit by this weird fire that glows a greenish color. The smell of old stone and dust cling to the air, and only the crackling of the emerald flames in your boots, scraping against weathered and cracked tiles, echo throughout the second floor of the fortress. So go ahead, knowledge type check on these green flames. I'll take either wisdom or intelligence with an applicable background in the sciences. Or the
I'm guessing Wanderer won't do it, or Natural
Not
Predator
this
won't.
go,
Okay,
no.
so never mind me then.
21 wisdom.
Gonna
All right,
keep an
sorry.
eye out for that
Big
blood.
15.
Soren, these flames are not natural and are possibly and are
Although,
magic.
could I argue that my father was an...
It's okay. Soren got the check. We're good. Soren's got it. We're
Okay.
good.
I got dirty 20.
Okay, so does Constance. I don't know how Constance would know, but the fire
Hey,
is not.
I am very learned. I am just not culturally adept.
All right, so the fire is not natural, and it actually does not owe its existence to a spell. This is Bane fire, a strange substance that produces a fire that does not burn out, and is the byproduct of burning green aether. You do not want to warm yourself by these fires. Bane fire is known for having strange and detrimental effects on people, ranging from nausea and fever to burns similar to those from too much sunlight, and death. Others have reported all manner of mutations. Severities of these effects bears correlation with the amount of exposure to Bane fire. If you're really wondering what this is me trying to explain to a fantasy character what radioactivity is.
Yes, my friends, I think this is a dead end. I don't necessarily want to go through Banefire in this dungeon.
Well, it's just in like the torches and stuff, so you can like walk by it and like you don't like it's the torches are in the distance.
Right, but do I think that's like a safe distance still?
Perhaps, probably. Like you could navigate through into the around the dungeon. It's as long as you don't like go and stand right next to it and warm yourself, you're fine.
Okay. Then I'll just say, don't get close to the fire.
Why not?
It's Banefire, it mutates people, things like that. Pretty harmless, really, as long as you keep a wide berth.
I
Alright.
do not
It doesn't
think
sound
I would.
harmless.
Yeah, I would have to agree that it's not exactly harmless, but yes, as long as we stay very far away from it, we will be okay.
I gotta figure out how to make my fire do that.
You do not want it to.
Perhaps not.
You should try to taste it, Shaw. Perhaps if you
No!
Okay, don't encourage you.
I'm gonna be real honest with you folks. I was considering it.
Oh, please don't.
So as
I'll
you're
write
kind
your
of
story, Shaw.
as you're kind of having this conversation in a corridor that features crumbling statues and decrepit furniture, it appears as if a storm tore through these halls. Broken parts of the tower lead into a deep chasm below, and you hear faint echoes of running footsteps come up from behind you, as you see the apparitions of what appear to be elven warriors adorned with slender blades at their hips. They run through what is now a broken section of a wall. They speak in a very different dialect of Elven than what Izara and Soren would know. The Haggardi curs cannot be allowed to reach Lord Artel Kessier. We can collapse the tower on them below and make our stand above. The spirits disappear as the sense of disconnection you felt for a moment eases away, and you feel yourself return to where you are now. Clairvoyance, the gift, whatever it is, sure has a way of messing with you.
I've actually seen Stranger.
It's like a spooky play in my brain.
Yes,
Can I pull out the Dream Heart, see if it's
Hold on.
doing anything?
Hold on, go ahead, Emmy.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
The Dream Heart's not doing anything at this moment.
Okay. I put it away again.
I'm gonna look around and kind of continue the investigation.
All right, so you'll have to kind of leave this room,
Mhm.
and your steps echo into a main area. Mighty stone pillars still hold the weight of the floor above you.
We're all going
Um,
together, right?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
all sticking together.
Mighty stone pillars still hold the weight of the floor above you. The large central support of the towers bears a staircase leading upward. But around the half of the second floor, you can explore into 3 additional rooms. The room closest to you shimmers with a faint ethereal blue moon glow. Glints and glimmers pour from behind a weathered and broken door, most likely kicked in by a knight's boot.
You ain't gotta tell me about the other two. I'm going to that one. It's glowy.
All right. The faint glow coming from behind the broken door grows stronger as you approach. You will quietly attempt to shift the old door so you can enter. The rusted hinges make it so you have to squeeze in and out of the room, but inside the room is a strange sight indeed. A garden grows within the ruins, and the flowers reach up with faintly glowing petals.
This is exactly where I would put a mystical nut.
A small tree adorns the center of the room, its branches formed around a lantern.
Oh, is it
Small
going down?
bluish moth-like creatures fly around the light it gives off, drawing their attention toward you when you enter the room.
No!
They have that moth fur around their necks in a light, whitish blue color, and their wings sparkle spectacularly and feature golden eye shapes. They flutter around you and take on a more humanoid form when they get close to you, still with some of their insect-like features. The moth pixies dance around you and seem inquisitive as they investigate you.
Can I like roll like not an animal handling, I guess, but like a persuasion, like a, hey, I'm not here to fight, I'm just here to look for an acorn.
Charisma check.
Oh shit. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're not good. That's a 2. And my charisma bonus is a +0.
So, like, you try your best to look friendly, but it's just resting Shaw face. And they're just kind of like, you can kind of see the fear in their eyes as they kind of back away from the Clairvoyants. They flutter backward and kind of behind their tree, and they poke out with their small little fairy heads, seeing if it's safe to come out.
I don't mean y'all no harm. Shoot, you can't understand me. Me no murder you.
Oh, sorry. We've been stuck here for some time, so we didn't know if you were the wraiths coming to finally finish us off, or if perhaps you were the lord of this fortress.
Oh my god, this whole time y'all could talk. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to talk down to you. I just made an assumption. I didn't think moth people could talk.
She flutters
My
over
language.
you, and she has a very now humanoid appearance compared to the mothy look she had before.
Oh, hey girl.
She's still like a little pixie, man. Oh man. I am Morwenna Luna's wing, and these are my sisters.
Hey. So I'm here because feller I met some time ago was talking about there being some sort of magical acorn here. And these are my friends. They don't mean you no harm. Neither.
The little fairies grow sullen. Oh yes, the heart acorn. What we were brought here for, yes.
Oh, that's what he called it, the heart acorn. Yeah. What does it do?
Well, we were told by the Lord of the Night, within these walls lies that a fairy acorn, and our grove was destroyed long ago. And the great tree there was felled, and the Lord of the Night, he told us that by aiding him, he would aid us in restoring our tree. The secrets lie within here. That's right. The hand of the Saladrin.
I need to check on Lord of the Night.
Yeah, give me, how much do you know about Fae things?
I have background in it.
Go ahead and add that.
Would any relationships potentially help here?
Yeah, the one you have.
Yeah, the one I have, huh?
Yeah, that one. Pretty obvious. Do I need to say it out loud?
No. And what would this be? Intelligence or wisdom?
I'll take either.
Okay. The total of a 15?
Lord of the
The
Night.
dice are not my friend tonight.
Lord of the Night is often used to refer to one Fae known as the Moonlit King, the former husband of the Queen of Winter, Boreala. Fair to say these are Luna fairies, and Luna fairies are associated with the Moonlit King. So
I'm guessing y'all need the acorn or something to return back to your land or something?
Well, that's what we thought. We were gonna get a new grove, but it would appear our Lord had other ideas and left us trapped within these cursed walls of this decaying fortress.
Oh, that ain't right. I'm sorry about that. Look, I'm just looking for the acorn out of sheer curiosity, and I have absolutely no idea what it could do for me personally or financially. So I'm not really attached to keeping it. I just want to find it. So if I find it, I'll bring it back here, and y'all can go back to where you come from.
Well, we would love to dance under the moonlight yet again.
I mean, heck, you don't need no acorn for that. You just go outside the building. There's
But we
plenty of
can't go outside and do it, for the Moonlit King has our names.
Oh,
Bound
if
us
you're
to
in,
this place.
oh, so does he see anything that the moon sees? Is the moon his eye?
You could say that, but it's more... We would have to give you all of our names, our true names, and that would give you power over us. But you could lead us out of these halls, then.
I mean, you give me your name, I'll just say hi. I ain't trying to like do nothing to you. I mean, you got my word. If you give me your names, I ain't gonna do nothing bad to you.
And one of the other fairy sisters speaks up. Well, the way it would work is that we would actually have to give one of you our names, or one name for each individual person. That's the best way I think we'd do it. Too much power going to one's head, yes? And the sisters like, yes! They all kind of nod their heads in agreement.
Well, I mean, other than this one's penchant for telling tall tales, they all seem to be fine people. I vouch for them for the most part. I mean, I can tell you with great certainty that Emmy is one of the most stand-up people I know. Constance seems to be all manners of swell. Zara is a little brash, but he's got a good heart in that chest there. And Soren, again, penchant for tall tales, but I do believe at the end of the day, he has a habit of doing what's right.
I'll make it easy for you. Don't give me one of the names.
And
Do not give him one of the names.
one of the fairies kind of flies up towards Zara and just kind of looks at her. I don't want her to have my name. And just kind of flutters back from Azara. And the other fairy sisters look at each other and nod in agreement.
One moment, fairies. Now, what in the heck did you do to them fairies, Zara?
To mine, I have done nothing. I suppose I am of elven descent if they were bound here by an elf.
Oh shoot, I didn't think of that. All right, so that's two people who can't have your names, I'm guessing. But you know,
No, just her.
No, you do not want to give Soren your name.
Okay.
Yeah, Soren has made it very clear, and I believe him. You know, I don't remember who told me, but I feel it down in my bones that when somebody tells you who they are, you believe them.
I'll use it against you eventually.
I mean, there it is. Can't get more plain than that.
So the fairies just kind of look at Constance and Emmy and Shaw. So we can trust you? You will lead us to freedom from this place?
Yep, you got my word.
How about you two? Will you free us?
Well, of course. We are first going up, but then after we go up, I will gladly set you free.
Perhaps the one who holds sway over this fortress. They may be able to find where the Lord of the Night took the heart acorn.
Oh, the Lord of the Night has the magical acorn I'm looking for.
Wait, I apologize for eavesdropping. However, when you say heart, do you mean it is an actual acorn, or is it perhaps Izara, show them yours.
I will pull out the.
And they just kind of, we never, I don't think it resembled that.
Oh, well then that is
Put it
good.
away.
That is good then, because we may not be able to give it to you if it had. But however, we shall aid you on your quest.
And how about you, Falper?
Well, I mean, if you are being held here against your will, I'm more than happy to do anything we can that will, let you go back to wherever you want to be.
So you will set us free?
If that is what you wish, yes, absolutely.
All right, Falper can never lie, so I say, ladies, we give them the names.
Can I just say something, Moths, really quick? All right. I find it kind of fucked up that you don't know this, but Azara downstairs literally just said, "I want to free everyone who's trapped here," and you're like, "No, we didn't want to give her our names." So, anyways, I just find it a little fucked up in here. That's
They
all I'm
take
saying.
on an insectoid form, and they approach you. We have our reasons for not trusting her, and we don't want to be paired with her.
I'm not a. Their names are their own to do with as they wish.
Don't like that. I like when y'all look like people better than we
They shift back. And they go up to you and they whisper you their names. So, yes. So, when you are bound with a Luna Fairy, you gain +1 recovery you can use per rest.
Ooh.
And when bound with a Luna Fairy,
Now I'm a little offended.
when you are bound with a Luna Fairy, if you would die, the Luna Fairy instead sacrifices herself to restore you to full hit points. This has to do with the name binding.
Never mind, no longer offended. Relieved not to have responsibility.
Uh-oh. What happens when Emmy dies like 3 times?
God damn, AJ.
Well, I mean, I assume that means actually dies, or is it just hits 0?
No, it's actually die.
Oh,
Okay, so it would have to be like hitting negative plus, or
Yeah, you'd have to be like
failing
dead.
all of my saves. Yeah. Which haven't gotten that bad yet.
We're okay. It's fine.
So as a fighter, I get a bonus recovery, and now I've got a fairy that gives me another bonus recovery. I think I have 11 recoveries.
No one likes a bragger, no. I say with my 1 I rolled on my last recovery.
Woof.
Yeah. It's that kind of night, y'all.
Well, if we have all recuperated enough, shall we venture forth?
I'm ready. I mean, I feel validated about my hunt for this nut.
Were there other chambers on this hall?
There were
There are two others.
We should investigate the other chambers before we move on.
Well,
I mean,
if
I guess.
there were friendly moth fairies in this one, I am so excited for what is to come.
Oh, I am too, Constance. This is going to be such a joy.
Maybe we shouldn't actually. Maybe we should just go.
It's too late. You see, Shah's already headed towards one of the other ones.
At first
I
glance,
regret my choices.
at first glance, the room appears to have collapsed on itself, but you do notice that some of what looks to have once been an armory still remains intact.
Oh, hell
Steal
yeah.
it all, steal
So
it
you
all.
step over gray brick and broken wooden beams to reach the opening in the wall that allows you to sneak back into an old armory. More of the glowing green flame lanterns are lit in here, illuminating the room for you. Most of the armory has long been trashed and not much lay around. Any weapons or armor that are laying out are old and tarnished to the point of not being usable. You do find an old weathered flag with the sewn-on symbol of what was once the fortress, the Hand of the Saladrin, a godly gauntlet with a figure of each of the elvenly godly patrons of the Alfenheim Empire.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that flag.
All right. And you also find 20 silver pieces worth of Alfenheim artifacts in here.
Alright, 20 silver pieces.
And while searching the room, you also find a chest that appears to be buried under some rubble. If anyone wants to give me a strength check to move
Oh,
this,
why are you asking questions you already know the answers to? Let's get it.
get it.
Yeehaw! That's a 24.
So Shaw just throws this rubble, kicks the chest open. Within the chest, 25 silver pieces and 1 potion of healing. You might want to check the expiration date on it, though.
It smells a little funky, but it's good. Actually, he's going to toss the gold over to Constance and toss the potion over to Emmy.
Oh, are you sure you found this? This is yours.
I know, but I like getting rid of my pain the old-fashioned way, which is either fire or yelling at it.
Same.
Okay, well, I'm sure this will be useful at some point. At the rate we are going, I can keep it safe.
The way I figured, if I'm in a position where I need that potion, I'm probably gonna be unconscious, so I'd rather it be in your hands anyway.
Okay, don't worry, I will be sure to save it for an emergency.
Cool. And it smells a little funky, but it's good.
Emmy smells it just out of curiosity.
And you said that was 20 silver?
Yep.
Oh.
Next chamber?
Yes.
The
sure.
wall remains intact on this room, surprisingly, but an opening in the wall beckons you to make the trek across the rounded corridor. And it's a shame no one's walked these halls, or at least lived to tell of it for some time, as the structure, although now an absolute ruin, is a true testament to the glory and power of the elves when they ruled a large portion of Maywicht as the Alfenheim Empire. You can't help but notice as you climb the fortress from the ground floor below, not from the section you entered, but from the caved-in section you could not reach, is a faint bluish glow that emanates from the chasm below. If you explore the chasm, you do notice the rusted plate mail of knights from a bygone era, old Higardi knight's armor. Tragic that such finely crafted armor and such a historical piece has been lost to the ravages of time. So as you're walking to the last chamber, you can certainly tell a great battle took place in these halls, but they were so long ago, most of the evidence such as blood and bodies are long lost to nature's course. From the central cord, okay, so then we go into you enter the room on the far end of where you entered. The walkway on this end is also halted by the caved in and collapsed section of the walkway that was destroyed from the tower above. The chasm pulses more greenish blue light and groans as you peer below. You turn toward the intact walls at that end in an archway that beckon you. Elven statues flank the entryway, their arms long turned to dust. You enter the room, a central floating lantern illuminating the room as you enter. Overgrown planters continue to grow, somehow long after the caretakers have passed. Along the center of the rear wall is a shrine of 4 elves, each with their arms outstretched as if to be holding a blade in unison above their heads. The blades have long since been removed, and along the wall to the left of where you entered is a large mirror, held aloft by tarnished metal trees.
I want to go look in the mirror.
Alright, first a religion check. And then you can do a
I'm good at
culture,
those.
history, or arcana check at the mirror.
Would my either devout or child of the fae help on this one?
Devout.
Okay, that's my best one.
23.
Okay, Constance knows everything.
26.
Alright, so does Azara. Alright, I'm just...
Just cause we're not good socially doesn't mean we're not smart.
Yeah, these well-educated babies. One of the elven deities being depicted is Celadine, the queen of the elven gods. Another Aron, elven god of the hunt, animals, and the wilds. The third is Selene Moonbow, goddess of the moon, night, discovery, archery, and strong will. She's the sister of Aron and the daughter of Celadine and Malakath. And the fourth depicted elven deity, oddly, is Malakath. Usually he's depicted as an antagonistic figure in elven lore, but here he is. He appears to have joined these individuals with swords. And amazingly, over the ages, this magnificently crafted mirror that you approach has not met a similar fate to most of the other contents of the fortress. The silver of the trees holding aloft the full-body mirror remain untouched by the erosion of nature and time. The glass, sturdy as your reflection, is difficult to make out. As you approach the mirror, you realize that your reflection is shrouded in clouds that appear to emanate from within the mirror itself. The top center of the mirror features a sapphire, shaped like an acorn, that glows as you approach the mirror. If someone else wants to give me a history, arcana, or culture type check on the mirror.
Oh, well.
Can I use Wanderer?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if well-traveled would help.
That
at
would
all.
work.
Intelligence?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
1.
Ooh, 21.
Nice.
22.
You both know what this is. You both actually
Hey.
probably maybe encountered one on your travels together or heard about these. This is a mirror of spiritual reflection, an old elven magical device that was used by elves to determine which of their gods they were closest to. Mirrors of spiritual reflection are meant to help elves to find the right patron that they should be praying to. And Azara, since you approached it first, the smoke and mist inside the mirror grow a deep purple, and you see an arrow shoot upward through the mist. Emerging from the mist is a beautiful elf adorned in leather and a hooded cloak, with a crescent moon upon it. She remains steadfast and stoic as she looks towards you. This is the Selene Moonbow, one of the statues being depicted in the room. Appropriate that Azara should feel a bond with Selene, as she too straddles two worlds, as the wife of Marlfax. With the gods of the realms above, she is known as Celeste, the resolute maiden.
I will, just to be respectful, bow a little bit to the image in the mirror and step aside.
All right.
Oh, I'm looking.
The mirror takes a moment for you, Soren. The clouds swirl around your reflection for a moment. You swear you see the slight spark of flames, and then an emblazoned sword swipes out at you. But it only lasts a moment, as the mists go up in flame and an elf engulfed in flames peers at you from within the fires. This is Malakath the traitor, exiled god of fire, murder, and treachery, the ex-husband of Celadine.
Ooh.
I'll
I wanna
step
go.
away. I'll step away. Yeah, I got the same one as Zara did. Weird.
I want to see if I get the fire guy too. If he like sits in front.
Shaw, an ironclad figure, strides forward through the mist to greet you. He carries a sword at his side and a shield upon his offhand. He lifts off his helmet to show you a stern and scarred face of a warrior who has seen many battles. He gives you a dignified bow of respect before drawing his sword and lifting it triumphantly.
I thought he wanted to go for a second. All right, yeah.
This is Banderoth, the Protector, warrior god of protection, war, discipline, and oaths.
Well, that's pretty goddamn cool. I mean, I thought I was gonna get the fire guy, but that's okay. And he gets up. Well,
Soren raises a good question though. Can we see what everybody else sees in the mirror when they step up to it?
That I leave that up to everyone else.
I'm gonna say sure. Why not?
Yeah, you can see mine.
Yeah, Constance would be intently watching everything.
Okay. Emmy, Constance, you're the only two who haven't used the mirror.
Yeah, I'll walk up to it and I'll honestly, I kind of want to touch it.
Nothing happens when you touch it, but the mist and smoke glows a magnificent silver as a blade cleaves through the mist. It's probably when you pull your hand back, like, ooh. An elven woman clad in plate armor with silver hair holds aloft silver scales. She wears bindings across her face so that her vision would be obscured, and the wind seems to billow her flowing robes. This is Vandria Silverbane, goddess of justice, honor, and truth, the wife of Aron, and the sister of Venroth.
This is ever so interesting. This is not even my pantheon. Oh, Emmy, would you like a turn?
Oh, well, I am kind of curious. I did not think I would be able to see anything. Okay. Emmy kind of like nervously pokes, like Scooby-Doo's their head in front of the mirror before stepping in to see.
Oh. The mist subsides peacefully as the silhouette of the figure becomes clear in the parting fog, beyond within the mirror. She parts the mist calmly with the wave of her hand, which glows a pleasant emerald hue. She looks at you with green eyes, her red hair flowing down over her shoulders. She lets out a giggle as she points towards your herb pouch. This is Aya, the gentle hand, goddess of medicine, sacrifice, light, and healing, daughter of Celandine and Sheris.
I think Emmy just sort of smiles sheepishly and like waves to the reflection and steps away. That was interesting.
That was
Yes, I
ever
think
so
I-
fascinating.
think I found a new purpose. I think I'm going to open a temple to Malakath. It's a joke.
Good. It was certainly enlightening to see.
Do you think there is something more to this mirror, or was it just a fun stop along the way?
I mean, I know there are at least, a few kinds of mirrors like this out in the world, so I guess it would make sense that somebody with a powerful fortress like this might have one, though.
Now, is this for communing with the gods? I do not know if anyone here follows this pantheon. I am just curious.
I don't believe it is like a direct communion. I think it is almost like a meditative tool to help you find the gods that you should be closest with, in a way. If that makes sense.
Well,
Like you say, I don't follow this particular pantheon either.
I hope it is
I
not
do
trying
not.
to convert us.
I don't believe so.
I mean, I wouldn't do the whole religion thing in the first place. If you ask me, it's a whole lot of commitment.
Yes,
I
it is. It is very, very committed work, but it is extremely rewarding.
I mean, I figure to some people, I just, it's just the praying every day. I mean, I got to do my drills every day. I mean, if I don't do my daily routine, this server gets a little heavy, so I ain't got time to pray. onto the stairs. He just turns around and starts to head towards the stairs.
Emmy will follow in the rear again, but kind of distractedly.
Okay. So you head back into the center of the room and you begin to ascend the stairs to the 3rd floor. And that's where we'll go to a quick break before ascending the stairs because
Bum.
it's a good game.
Uh-oh. We've only had one
Dramatic
combat.
piano chords.
Oh boy.
We've only had
to
one
fuck
combat
it.
so far. We're already halfway done with our stream time. This is not gonna go well. Pray for us.
It is time for the playlist for a 19th century villain rejoicing in his fallen enemy.
All I know is hell or high water. I don't care what you put in my way, GM. I'm not leaving here without that nut.
Well, it's a good thing we have a bunch of, fairies bound to us by their souls.
Yeah.
You done messed up when you told me there was a nut to be had.
Oh, just you wait.
Well,
Could have stayed in Maywood.
All right, we will be
God.
right back.
Okie doke. Bye.
bye.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
Welcome. You find yourselves in the town tavern. Through the typical calm pierces an unfamiliar voice. It sings news of a nefarious power. A bard, to herald a call to all who would answer. Seek out this villainy and destroy it. To succeed is to achieve everlasting glory and riches beyond imagining. To fail is to lose everything. Will you answer the call?
Fuck it.
WovenRealm, The Adventures So Far, A Call to Adventure, Episode 1 through 5 Recap. It would seem fate would have it that our cast of characters met almost 2 weeks ago in the treetop village of Trevenza. All of them were seeking out something similar, more knowledge about the clairvoyants they all shared. But what is to be clairvoyant? To know the true nature of our realm, that Everencia was actually born out of a recent fusion of two separate worlds. Most folk are unaware of this truth, believing the world to always be of this nature. But the Clairvoyants, they know to some degree. It was at Madame Curio's bizarre bazaar that our characters had met, seeking out the Madame's knowledge on such mysterious things. Following instructions to seek out chaos in its hearts, the Clairvoyants made haste for Badger Creek, as it was the site of a recent chaos storm. Zara and Constance set the tone for the party, who were out here to fix the realms. The Clairvoyants made no delay in setting to investigating the strange ongoings of the bustling river town. The governor's daughter was missing, and Soren's personal involvement made finding the missing Isabella a priority. Throughout their investigation, Constance also learned a shipment from Eternal Trust did also go missing. The investigation led the party to follow a path to the quartered-off parish ward. Here they delved in and discovered a Thresh had taken up residence in the temple. Defeating the Thresh and its fey minions, the Clairvoyants learned the true threat to Badger Creek was indeed something far more sinister. A false Hydra. Emmy's cat-like nature allowed them to see through the creature's psionic deceptions that masked it from sight and memory, and was able to lead the charge against the creature, slaying it. In the parish ward, the party learned from a ghost of a mage from the academy that Weave students had procured the Heart of Dreams from Dr. Jewel Crawford for an arcane experiment that went terribly wrong, leading to the Chaos Storm. With their prize in hand, the Clairvoyants took some time to rest, recover, and get to know each other and their new friends. Has Soren found a love interest in Violetta, the Mage of the Weave? The Silverblade Nomads sure are interesting folk. With full Weave approval, the party returned to Madame Curio in Trevenza, where they were soon pointed toward Goldfire, a town of pilgrims built at the foot of a mighty mountain. They were told to find Curio's old friend, someone she referred only to as Old B. Zara had a strange vision on the journey to Trevenza, where she saw a fortress, and within, her god told her to seek it out. The party learned this was the Severed Hand, an ancient and haunted elven fortress that makes for the perfect detour on the journey to Goldfire. Shaw, also plagued with visions, has seen himself as a dragon, and mountains exploding. A story of one known as the Slayer, who killed a mighty dragon in Spelldoom, is most intriguing. The party supplied themselves and set out from Trevenza on their journey to the Severed Hand. With masterful cartography and skillful navigation, the group arrived in the swamplands at the foot of the Severed Hand, an aptly named fortress. Steeling themselves, the Clairvoyants prepared to enter and find what specters of the past await inside.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, we're back.
Welcome back, everyone. So, this is WovenRealm, a 13th Age Chromatic Chimera actual play, where we're telling a story about characters who know a bit about a realm they got accidentally combined. And right now, we're in the middle of a haunted fortress known as the Severed Hand. You ascend the stairs in the central support column of the stone fortress. And again, you ascend for some time, and you hear the echoes of battle yet again. And as you ascend the stairs, you find yourselves, this section is completely open. It's the third floor of the Severed Hand, and it's kind of like set up in this like temple type setup. In the center where you emerge from the staircase, you kind of enter into this pillar-supported room. Part of it's like broken off, and there's that deep chasm where it groans and glows green. And 4 apparitions stand at the ready to greet you. They appear elven, and they resemble the ghosts you saw earlier. They each are similar, yet different. Their blades are different. One has a blade that's on fire, and they have a very much fiery appearance about them. Another one has a blade of frost and like misty, cold wind. And that shade is got like a bluish color, and it's definitely got like the ice melting from the bony jaw. Then there's this shade holds a rather magnificent blade. It shimmers almost divine-like in a green shimmer. And this apparition is probably the most put together. It's the most probably got the most human or elven-like appearance of the shades. And the final shade holds a slender blade that kind of resembles the crescent moon. And this one's got very much that classic, like, just a big floaty robe. And with that, the order for this fight as the blades will charge is the Blade of Fire, Emmy, Blade of the Moon, Soren, the Blade of Winter, Shaw, the Blade of Elves, Constance, and Azara. So the Blade of Fire will take its turn first, and it will approach just, oh, come on. Oh, did I fuck up the layers? Sure did.
Oops.
Way to go, me.
Welcome to Chromatic Chimera.
We're a Roll20 Spotlight channel. Check them out. Just because we can't use it doesn't mean you can't.
So the Blade of Fire kind of just disappears into a puff of smoke and appears between next to Soren and Constance and lashes out towards Soren. And by rolling a natural even, he can use the Treacherous Flames ability as well. So his attack is actually going to target physical defense, and that's going to be a 21.
Yeah, you know what? Take your pick of defenses. It hits all of them.
Okay, that was me too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm. Shit.
Oh, and
nope,
and
my
Emmy
Halo
as well.
expired.
And Emmy as well, because that's 1d3 nearby targets.
Oh, and hit me too? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. That hits because I haven't activated my Halo yet.
You all take 8 fire damage.
Uh,
I had 8 left.
8 hit points?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh shit! I would have healed you.
I
rolled
did
that
that.
sweet one recovery.
God, if you had said you were so low, I would have hugged you to life.
Emmy, it's your turn.
Life hug.
I do
give-
not-
Don't forget, you get a
You
plus
gotta roll
one
a
bonus
dex
to
save,
dex
I
saves
thought.
when you're nearby.
I do get the +1 because of Zara, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Success!
Woohoo! The Blade of the Moon is up.
Actually, +2.
Alright.
Sweet. Still a success.
The Blade of the Moon is actually gonna move over into the other zone and, like, kind of hanging up, trying to get as high as it can. And then it's going to take out a magical bow and shoot towards the party.
These elf gods are dicks.
Shaw, that is a... Oh, shit. Where did it go? That will be a 21 versus AC.
That'll hit.
All right. You will take, my good friend.
Now, once per battle stuff resets after, like, each battle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
10 magic damage as this arrow just kind of pierces into you somehow.
I am once again going to use Heavy Warrior.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my free action to half that damage.
Gotcha.
Just take 5.
Soren, it is your turn.
Okay, I just rolled for my Story of Heroes recharge, and it is recharged, so I'm gonna cast that again.
Okay.
And start giving a +1 to Azara, Shaw, and Emmy again. Just do the same 3.
All right.
That's just actually shoot. Emmy's unconscious. Never mind. I'll give it to Constance.
No, when you succeed at a death save, you get to use a recovery, actually. So I'm conscious, but still, like, down. I can't do anything else my turn, so...
Okay, I'll give it to Constance then, because it's just attack rolls. So Shaw, Constance, Azara, +1. That's my fast action. Then with my standard action, I am going to... Man, can't do much. I'm gonna battle chant at the Blade of Fire who attacked me,
Okay.
and that's natural 15, 19 total.
That'll hit.
and then I do a whopping, again, 1 damage. You really
Okay.
chip away. And then I'm going to use a battle cry because never mind, those are natural evens.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. The Blade of Winter is up. Okay, hold on. They have weird interactions, so I have to just be careful. The Blade of Winter's just gonna move into the zone with the Blade of Elves for its turn. Shaw, it is your turn, my friend.
Alex, are we supposed to be able to see this on the map?
See what?
These zones and things?
Oh.
We only see the last map
Shit.
still.
Sorry, I forgot to shift everyone over.
Okay.
I'm doing great, y'all.
I'm much more scared now, thank you.
I was like,
okay, theater of mind, I guess.
sorry about that. I thought I shifted everyone already. My bad.
Okay.
Oh, beans.
Oh, beans.
I am going to hop over here. I'm guessing this is, which one is this guy?
Blade of Winter.
Where's the Blade of Elves guy that's trying to start some shit?
That guy? The green one all the way in the back?
Okay. Yeah, that's the one that's gonna get it.
All right.
He's gonna catch some of this sweet shield action. Okay, that is a 19 plus numbers. Give me
That'll hit.
Okie dokie. That's 1d10. And I've lost my dice now. Go. 14.
All right, yeah.
Then I'm gonna swing the sword because this one's for battle, right?
Or yep.
Okie dokie. That is a 11 plus numbers. So, 11, 15.
That'll hit.
17? Okay,
Yep.
17. And that. Hey, I'll make this die. That's going to be another 14.
And so you charge and you just barrel, just hit it with the shield, and then you just come back with the sword, and the elf wraith just dissipates.
Did I kill it?
Yep.
I think I get to attack again. Give me just a second. I need to.
I love the questioning.
Yeah, I do believe I have cleave, so I get to once I kill something.
I think it's like if you have something else next to you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so this guy would technically be nearby because of the zone rule. So if you want to just run up to him and cleave him, we'll just say your momentum just is carrying.
We're just gonna whack him. And that is a nat 17.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for some damage there.
That is 8.
All right, so you barrel into the Blade of Winter, and you're kind of just halted by the winter, like the icy exterior of the Wraith's cloak.
All right, so yeah, in defensive fighting. So that's
you got it. Constance, it is your turn.
All right. I pre-rolled my stuff because I'm bad at math. I hope that's okay. But I'm going to attack the Blade of Fire with a smite, and I rolled a even 19.
That'll hit.
Okay, and 11 damage.
All right.
And I'm gonna yell some anime ass shit.
Okay.
Let me pull up my list of anime ass shit to yell. Golden lightning chop!
And so your staff mace glows as you bring it down upon the Blade of Fire. All right, Izara, it is your turn. This fight is going much better for y'all than the last one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hurry up to Emmy's side and heal them so they get a recovery +2 plus whatever their recovery bonus is. I think I froze. My internet is being extremely terrible. Hello?
We hear you.
Yeah, we
yeah,
hear
we
you.
hear you.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
I couldn't hear you guys. You all froze for me.
Oh.
And then I'm going to go ahead and javelin and faith fireman.
Okay.
So this is attacking his physical defense.
Okay. 18 to hit. That'll hit. That hits.
Okay. I only rolled a 1, but it's plus my wisdom, so 5, and
Okay.
it's holy damage.
All right. So you just you send a light javelin from your own, and you kind of make the throwing motion, but you don't throw your javelin as you throw a light javelin, and it finds purchase into the blade of fire. And with that, we're at the top of the order with the
And it was a natural odd, if it matters.
No. Thank you, though. The blade of fire will take its turn and will make an attack against Soren. Soren, my friend, does a 15 hit, and that isn't even, so that's 15 versus PD for Soren, Constance, and Azara.
Yep.
That was a what? A 15? No.
Versus PD.
That hits.
Oh, well, that might change things. It does change
I only
things.
have a 13 physical defense.
I almost made it, but I
I'm
did
pretty
not.
squishy.
That will be 7 fire damage to you three as the blade kind of arcs with fire and lashes
Ow.
out with tongues of flame.
I would actually like to... Who is the squishiest of you near me?
Is that an interrupt you're using?
Yeah, I'm going to use my Bastion just to make someone take half damage and then I take the other half of the damage.
Okay.
Well, I just want to know who's getting hit by this that is the squishiest.
Soren, Azara, and you.
Yes.
I
Soren
mean,
Azarin.
I feel like me and
Wait.
Azara are equally as squishy, so.
We're about tied with the squish. But I can
Okay.
heal myself, so.
True. Okay, I'll protect Soren. He is my boss.
Thank you. My boss.
So you can
He'll give me a raise.
So you just take 3 damage. I'll take the other
Thank
4.
So, like, Constance somehow is able to, like, kind of, it's a magical thing? Or is it like a...
Yes.
Or
It's
I
a
like to
talent.
imagine, like, Constance
It's a
kind of
talent.
throws herself towards Soren to kind of eat some of the flame blade for Soren.
I protect and attack.
Emmy, it is your turn.
Okay, thank you, Azara. I feel much better now. And I'm gonna move forward to the blade of fire and take a swipe at him with my pretty new glaive, which is, you know, the same as all of my other stuff.
Yes.
Shoot, that is a miss.
8
Uh,
AC, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be a just 1 right damage equal to level, yeah?
Yep. So you kind of just... And the just kind of like the flame spirit wisps around the glaive.
That's all I can do.
The blade of the moon is up. And we'll run to Azara.
Son of a bitch.
Azara, that is a 5 to hit.
No.
So it just kind of... Oh, that's versus PD too. So just... The blade just kind of goes wide of you as it kind of barrels towards you. Soren, it is your turn.
Okay, bonus action to maintain my song. That passes, so everybody gets their +1 still. Guys, I'm running out of spells. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just gonna battle chant the blade of fire in front of me
Go
again.
for it.
So, natural 11 plus 5, 16 versus mental defense.
That'll hit.
Okay. takes 4 plus my charisma, 7 thunder damage. And I'm just going to do the hands on the side of the head thing again, and just like purple lightning kind of streaks out into him a little bit.
And the flames go out, and the blade clatters to the ground.
Nice. And then, since I got a natural 11 plus, I'm going to use Pull It Together and let Azara use a recovery if she needs it.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, the Blade of Winter is up and will attack Shaw. Shaw, that is a 22 to hit AC.
Herb. All right, yeah, you hit me.
All right, well, no special effects take place, so that's good.
One.
And you're gonna take 7 points of cold damage as you're struck by this ice cold blade.
Ouch.
And it is now your turn.
I'm 1 away from being staggered again. I am going to quick action recover.
Okay.
Getting back 9 hit points.
All right.
Alright, and then I'm gonna hit this thing. So let's give that a swing. That is 16 plus 20. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
21 actually. Alright. And for damage for 8.
8? Yep. All right. So you once again, you're finding it that it's difficult for your blade to find purchase in this ice cape.
Fucking goddamn it!
Love it. And when you like use your recovery, you kind of let out like a draconic as you're like resolving yourself to stay in the fight.
Yeah, he's very much turns up to his old self a little bit when he hypes himself up.
Constance, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to attack the purple one,
Okay.
and I rolled a natural 1. And
So
I was
you-
gonna smite. So
And you whiff and just and the blade kind of takes your smacks your staff mace and holds it on the ground, and just this hooded face comes up to you. Leave. You're not elven.
well, that is rather ignorant.
Izara, it is your turn.
I'm gonna javelin of faith again, but I'm just gonna take my javelin like a baseball bat and go whack.
Okay.
Just across the jaw, just try and cold clock him.
All right.
It's only a 12 to hit.
PD?
Yes.
Will not hit. It's able to take its blade and just snap your javelin to the side. And also worth noting, it heals its allies when targeted by your spell. Takes the font of the mana and spreads it to the other ghost.
Okay, well, fuck them. Are any of my allies hurt? How bad is everybody looking in the same zone as I am?
Is Emmy doing okay?
I'm a lot better after
Okay.
that last heal up. Yeah.
I'm very hurt.
I'll heal Soren. You get a recovery +2 plus your recovery modifier.
Don't
Thank
forget
you.
we got that funky healing potion.
Yup. All right, Emmy, it's your turn. The escalation die will go up yet again because the battle is raging on.
Okay. I will go and target the Blade of the Moon. I'll go take a kick at it. Let's see, which one am I gonna do though? This one. I think that's the only one I can really do actually. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the different forms I have.
No worries.
Yeah, that's the one I'll go with.
All right.
I'll say 21 to hit.
Hell yeah, that'll hit.
Sweet. Let's see. And you know what? I'll spend a key to bump my natural roll to make it an even so that I can deal an additional 1d6.
Ooh.
Alright, so that's gonna be 13 plus strength, right? Yeah, so 13, 16 damage.
Shit. Oh, no, wait, Yeah, that's right. I got it. All right. Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got.
So you just you jump towards, are you using the glaive or are you using punchies?
That was gonna be on arms.
So you kind of jump towards the blade of the moon and you kick the sword down and you're able to kind of do some cat-like claw punches on the head of this blade, and it does a lot of damage to the ghost. And the blade of the moon is up, and we'll now take a swipe at Emmy versus PD. That is going to be 15 versus PD.
15 will hit.
And you will take 6 magic damage as the blade kind of lashes out in retaliation to what you just did to this ghosty. Soren, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to roll to sustain my story, and that sustains. And then I am going to run around the back of the blade of the moon. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and then I'm going to give him the old backstab, narratively.
There we go.
The old narrative backstab. It's a natural 10 plus 3 plus escalation, 15 to hit. Plus level, 16 to hit.
Will just miss.
Damn it.
So you try to run up behind it, and the blade kind of goes. It stabs itself with its own blade to deflect your attack.
It's pretty cool.
Blade of Winter is up and will make an attack towards Shaw.
Go get some.
And that is going to be a 14 to hit AC.
Finally, it misses.
You just take your shield and just hit the sword aside, and now it's your turn. You have an opening as you've slapped the sword aside.
I am going to make you pay for this. Please don't roll a 1. I rolled a 1. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so that's my. It's odd, so I'm gonna take the defensive
Okay.
fighting style, but that's it.
All right. Constance, it is your turn.
All right. Let's try another smite. Oh, and I'm going to activate my halo because I forgot to do that before.
All right. Hello, hello.
Okay, so I rolled a 16 to hit.
That'll just miss.
Oh, sad. Okay.
So your smite lights up and the blade just hits it aside, and your smite goes off and it hits as it hits the blade. So it's this really cool deflection with a large flash of light, just and sparks are flying around the party and raining down on you, Azara, as it goes to your turn.
So I am going to cast Spirits of the Righteous.
Spirits of the Righteous.
I am targeting mental defense.
Okay.
World is really out to get me today. Plus. Oh well, that's a 10. I think.
That
if my
won't
math
hit.
is correct.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
that will not hit.
I figured.
And it just kind of
But an ally nearby to me that is the most wounded gains a +2 to their AC.
Soren?
13 health left.
Might be me then. I'm back to 8.
Oh.
Woof.
After
Okay.
that last one.
Emmy gets +2 until the end of my next turn.
Sweet.
This spell has not. I've cast it twice. It has hit neither time.
Hey, Emmy.
A 1 and a 3.
We just hit escalation die 3.
Hooray!
Are you ready to go off?
I mean, we'll see if it even matters. All right. Well, my main attack then. First, I'll do my finishing form. And that's that's just an 11 to hit. However, I will once again.
You do half damage with this one, though.
Yeah. So let me roll my damage die. At least that's a. You roll down for 13th age still, right? So 4, 5, 6. So 7 damage. Hey.
Emmy just jumps. It just kind of. What does it look like as you do? Like, what's your finishing move look like? Temple Lion stands true. What does that look like?
I think for this one, Emmy will do they'll use their glaive this time, and they do like one of those sort of like full body like swing arounds with it to just like ultimately bring it and like slice it across the blade of the moon.
And as you cut the blade of the moon down, the blade of winter looks up and cries out, "Lero, forgive us, for we have failed. Pray the Mythal not fail us now." And you are left standing in a large circular antechamber as this last shade kind of disappears. And that groans above the fortress below. A circular staircase lines one of the walkways that makes its way from the center structure that houses the staircase you rose through. You see this staircase descend to the other sections of the lower fortress earlier made inaccessible, as it was cut off by the collapsed tower. The corridor below glows the ominous, eerie blue-green glow. The chamber of the third floor itself is separated into 4 sections, each adorned with a statue of one of the respective elven gods facing toward the center. These large metal-plated statues show their age, but they still show the fine craftsmanship of the Alfenheim elves, and each has an outstretched hand as if meaning to be holding something. You find 150 silver pieces worth of old tarnished Alfenheim blades, but one blade does remain. One of these long, slender blades that these elves are using, but it's not like activated with its magic anymore. It is clear the blade is of elven design and is a true testament to the artistry that goes into elven smithing, an oft overlooked skill of their kin. You're not sure whether the blade actually carries any power beyond being a finely made sword.
Can I go pick up the sword?
Yeah, you can hit. Yeah, no worries. So then, the ruined sections of what was once a glorious testament to the elven gods remains the telling preservation of what happened in this place centuries ago. Weathered furniture and adornments, broken walls, and the armored skeletons of soldiers who met their end in a battle long lost to the ages. Their struggle a distant memory. Along with the staircase leading downward, you also notice an old lift. Perhaps it still works. And if anyone
you might
wants
have said it, but
what's up? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if anyone wants to at this point give me like a lore history, especially military stuff, military history.
Can I use Daunting Warrior for that?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if well traveled would.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, that'd work.
I was bragging on my die before. That's my second one.
All right.
Sorry.
Emmy, what'd you get? 5.
I got a 19, not using any backgrounds, and if my Fae works, that's another +2.
All right, Azara. The Severed Hand is an ancient elven fortress constructed by the Alfenheim Empire and served as a way to secure their grasp upon the land. It was known as the Hand of the Saladrin in its day. The Saladrin is the elven pantheon. The fortress fell in the twilight of the once great elven empire. In the Battle of the Shivering Forest when that battle came to a bloody end, when the Alfenheim forces retreated into the hand of the Saladrin. The Higardi Knights led the assault that severed the hand of the Saladrin, and it's within these halls the battle ended. Records say there was great loss of life on both sides, and many arcane scholars are less fascinated by the sordid details of the tactics or talk of steel on steel. but rather on the way the battle met its end. Sources say the fortress was led by a grand mage. The name is starting to come together now that you've heard the first name. Laryl Artelcassier. You've heard that name now. It's starting to come together. You read about it at your time in the Abbey, about the casting of a great mythal. A mythal is a great elven protection spell, but this spell ultimately failed and backfired.
Excellent.
The large statues of the elven gods lord over the long-forgotten remains of soldiers who died fighting in their names. So, what would you like to do?
These are the same deities we saw in the last chamber.
Yes.
Can I just like poke around for a little bit? See
Sure.
what I see?
Soren's gonna
I'm
walk
really
up
investigating.
Soren's gonna walk up to the Malakath statue and just kind of like look it over for a while and be like, "Why would I ever worship someone like you?"
What this statue is wreathed in flame. This elf is like depicted as wreathed in flames. They grasp a flaming sword slanted with the point towards the feet, and one hand outstretched. The area around this statue has walls with a faded mosaic of flames and clouds. And as you're poking around, Azara, you're not certain if it's another one of your brain bugs, and Soren, you notice this too as you're looking at the statue. It's maybe the brain bugs that Clairvoyants gives you, those little brain goblins. But you swear you can make out an inscription upon each of the statues. It appears luminously and was certainly not there when you first entered. And under Malakath's it says, "I am that which that burns. My lord and master's treachery with me almost destroyed our forebears' home. Folk associate me with damnation, yet I was the spark that started civilization. What am I?"
Fire?
And the hand that's outstretched lights up with a flame.
Oh, I love a riddle. Can I read the others?
Sure. The other one of the statues is Celody. A glorious elven queen stands proudly compared to the rather guilt-stricken one engulfed in flames. She holds an outstretched hand while also reaching out a calmer hand to the side as if to usher you in. The faded and cracked mosaic behind the elven queen is of numerous people that you can only assume represent elves. There's Selene. This statue takes the form of an elf who holds a bow made of the crescent of the moon. She holds a strong hand out as if expecting you to place something into it. Behind her, the mosaic shifts into a starry night, a great vault of stars that shift into the snowstorms surrounding the forests of the mosaic housing Aron, the statue of an elf, who wears a wolf pelt as a hood. He holds a spear in one hand and extends the other as if prepared to accept an offering, or a hearty handshake. The forests of the mosaic behind him shift into burning willows that complete the circle.
They have in riddle inscriptions as well?
They all do, yes.
Can I read them?
Yeah, which one do you want to do first?
Celody.
All right. I am that which was sent from the holy gardens to call this place Everencia, home. I am those that traversed the Feywild and came to settle this land. You may call me kin if you too call this fortress home. I am the children of the Queen Celadine. What am I?
Elves?
And her hand kind of lights up with a green sparkle as you give out your best guesstimate.
Alright, I will move on to the archer.
I am that which lords over the night sky. I am luminous, but contend to be shy. When the morning lord and I met, you may call it... When the morning lord and I meet, you may call it an eclipse. What am I?
The moon?
And, like, moonlight appears above the archer's hand. And there's only one left.
Go to the left. Does anyone else want to have a shot at the riddles? I feel like I'm monopolizing
I mean,
them.
you're on a roll.
Can
You're
I
like-
go for the last one?
He barely finishes it, and you're like, got it. Fire, elves, got it.
The symbolism's very heavy-handed.
I'll go for the last one.
I am that which proceeds autumn and precedes spring. I am cold and my grip can be a strain upon the land. My queen is far in the north, where I seem to never end. What am I?
Winter.
Yep. So the frosty energy appears on the hand, and when each riddle is answered, after you answered the last one, it's difficult to really determine just what powers the lift as you answer the last of the riddles. You swear you felt a pulse come from down below. However, you hear the magic crystals hum as the old machinery creaks for a moment, and the gears whir. The lift appears to be functioning again.
Oh, you have solved everything, and it appears that you have fixed the thing that goes up and down.
I mean, I straight up thought you had to beat one of those statues in the arm wrestling competition, so
Oh.
that shows what I know.
That would have been most difficult.
I kind of thought we'd have to go on a scavenger hunt, but riddles work too. Usually rather prefer them. Shall we continue up?
Oh, at this point, you can either go up or you can go down to the section you couldn't explore before.
I would like to go up, please!
Down! I want to go
Ow.
down!
Oh.
All right, 1 for up, 2 for down.
They can go down, I'm not going down!
How are our moth fairy friends doing, by the way?
They're doing okay. They're just kind of here
They're
for the
just
ride.
chilling? Okay.
Yeah. They're not very invasive.
Unlike some moths.
So we have 2 for down, 1 for up. What's the vote? I need the 2 tiebreakers here.
I swear to God.
I'm team down.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna skip.
Everyone needs to heal first. I am going to give Emmy the biggest hug ever and allow them to use a recovery.
Thank you.
I am not getting radiation poisoning because of you fuckers.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
you
say
are.
that.
Yeah, you is.
Ugh.
Hey, at least I rolled into max recovery this time.
Hey.
Hey.
I got a riddle for you. What's not up? Where we going? I can't get you down. Alright, so.
I got a 1 on my recovery.
Oh, boo.
So, don't forget, you also got health potions from your previous quests as well. So you do have plenty of health potions.
Who else has one? I know Emmy has the expired one we just found. Who else has one, just so we know?
I think it's Constance.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
me.
I think I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait for someone to drink that expired potion. I'm so
God.
excited.
So, can we just roll recoveries whenever we want out of combat? Or do we have to, like...
You have to, like,
physically
I
rest.
think it's like a rest thing, yeah.
Yeah, you have to essentially have like the ability
A
to like
short
quote
rest,
unquote
yeah.
short rest if you want
Yeah.
to talk about 5e terms.
Yep, okay.
Makes sense, yeah.
I mean, I'm hurting, but I'll be alright. It's not that bad.
That's
Like a scratch.
Azara is gonna spend a little time admiring the statues and the murals because, like, she's of Elven descent, but she hasn't been like exposed to Elven culture in a really long time.
Yeah, and this is like being exposed to like the Rome of Elven culture, in a sense. That's what the Alfenheim
She's-
Empire really was.
She seems delighting a little bit in seeing this ancient Elven architecture and art.
Yeah.
She's a
and
bit of
it-
a nerd.
yeah, I can tell. Answered all those riddles like lickety split. So if there's no other interactions that people want to have,
Love riddles.
while
you, said there
resting,
you said there are a bunch of swords that they were like tarnished. Are they still like somewhat usable?
in what sense?
Can I kill a man with one?
I'm sure if you beat someone senseless with a rusted sword, you could.
Alright, never mind. I was gonna try dual wield it and see how I felt.
13th Age doesn't really fuck with dual wielding. It's kind of interesting unless the class tells you you can.
God damn it.
Yeah, 2-weapon fighting doesn't give you like an extra attack unless you roll a natural 2.
Yeah.
Monks get it because of, you know, every unarmed, so I'm always dual wielding, baby.
All right.
Rangers get it, but only on odd rolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. Soren, what were you gonna do?
Just as a note, Soren is also taking in the architecture as well. So
Yeah.
just quick.
And it's still pretty well preserved because people haven't been like raiding this place.
Yeah. He's
What's up,
interested
Lizzie?
for sure.
Can I actually also study the sword I picked up?
Sure. What would you like to know about it?
Just like a general description. Does it have any iconography or anything like that on it?
The description I gave you earlier is really just all that's going on with it at this time. It's an old elven sword, probably from when it's still in really good condition. And it's probably still it's like an original Alfenheim sword in great condition. So this is like an archaeological, like this is a nerd's Christmas.
Is it a long sword or a short sword?
It's whatever kind of sword you need it to be.
That would be a short
Because you're
sword.
an elf. It's whatever kind of sword you need it to be because you're an elf.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So are we ready to go downstairs, I suppose? Because
No.
I mean, are we? No.
Yeah, we
But
are.
are we? Yeah.
as you
Look.
descend the grand stone staircase, you curve alongside the central support of the fortress. The blue-green glow that was once distant and cut off from the collapsed tower begins to grow stronger as you descend back to the second floor. The light quivers and flickers, as if coming from a great flame deep below. The smell of metal hangs on the air. A chasm splits the room, possibly created from the collapsing of the tower. Peering down below reveals a great green flame burning down below. The stone and brick that remains is cracked from the stress and weight of ages, with the supports of below being burned away by bane fire. Strange crystals of where the bane fire burned away the stone and rubble form and float above and around the area you stand in. A single platform joins the room. From below, you hear the shriekish roar of some strange creature.
Oh, maybe we should actually turn around now. Oh boy.
Are we very sure this is the way we want to go?
I'm very committed to commit the violence that I feel is coming. So we
I
already.
don't like this. It gives me a bad feeling.
I'm changing my vote. I'm team up now.
Besides, I believe the
I-
asked.
Now we done already come this
I
far.
believe the
I was sent on a very specific mission, and I do think that Mother Superior would be rather disappointed in me if I died.
Alright, no.
I
Perhaps we
believe
should
my
have
vision
these
points us up.
Perhaps we should have this conversation a little quieter.
All I'm saying is I think now all of us have been adventuring long enough to know that is what we're looking for.
I have been adventuring for less than a week. Can we please go upstairs?
It's been about a
Oh,
week.
I mean, this is how you get your wheels. This is how you get your wings here. Now this right here, this will make us all an official adventuring party, and I think it's about time that we baptize ourselves in the blood of something monstrous and horrible.
Constance will go up to Shaw
Really
and
not
grab both of his hands in hers and just clasp them and look directly into his eyes. Be like, I really think that it may be the best idea for us to go. I do not think we should go down.
I just lean around them and switch the lever on the elevator.
Now I have never in my life been forced to participate in such cowardom.
I do not
There's
mean
a
to
first time
force
for
you
everything.
to anything. I merely think that maybe you needed some help to make the correct decision there.
You know, one way or another, we've got to go down there. That's probably where the nut is.
Well, perhaps we will be able to find something up higher that will help us with whatever it was making those sounds down there. Shaw, I think if maybe everybody else is not quite up for going further, perhaps a different route might be best.
I will be absolutely 100% up for sacrificing my life to discover whatever that is after we complete our mission.
Fine.
All right, I'm gonna wait outside when you all do that. I'm not dying anytime soon.
The lift creaks and whines as the old chains and pulleys are pulled with arcane power. The lift itself is intricately designed with the rusted metal of the guardrails being made to look like interlinking trees. You watch as the floor beneath you grows distant and the glow from far below fades and becomes a faint blink of light as you reach the top of the main fortress. You can hear the wind whipping by outside and hear the fortress groan as the wind blows around. More of the banefire lights glow dimly. The round chamber is split into 5 rooms by 4 staircases leading up into the towers and one collapsed and ruined, caved-in area. The area and walls here are less destroyed and ruined, suggesting it saw less battle than down below. Okay, they're memeing in the chat about how they ran away from their decisions.
We're just laughing about how we noped out of that real quick.
Yeah, all it
We
took was...
bravely ran away.
Shaw is moping as though he were a child that got to go to the parking lot of Disney World and that was it.
Oh,
We are great, truly courageous adventurers.
Look, I give this party this. We have some form of self-preservation, whereas the wrong turns would not have done that.
Oh, we would have just went down.
They would have been like, let's go!
They would have just like chopped the chain. They would have just been like, our other parties would have just been like, fuck it.
God,
I literally would have climbed out of the elevator and just fucking jumped. Like,
it's a good thing you ran.
God, like, the Steam Spell crew would have just gone running after Nettle because she would have gone running. But the wrong turns would have just done
regrouping.
it. I'm sorry.
Regrouping.
Yeah, sorry, we're on task.
So we have... What's up?
Does this resemble at all my vision?
Yeah, it's resembling the vision you had. It's getting closer.
I believe we're drawing closer to our objective. This architecture resembles what I saw. I just go to the nearest door.
What would be the near... Okay. One moment, please. Alright.
I think Emmy will follow, like, right behind you.
You step into a dormitory that it looks kind of like there's like beds that are kind of set up. It's not very well furnished, and part of the western wall has collapsed inward, the wind blustering through the hole. Peering downward shows the swamp far down below. Hard to believe you can still go up from here. This must be where the ruined tower is. Most of the chests in the room are flung open and overturned, but one sits quietly next to an old ruined bed, legs splayed on the floor.
I will very cautiously edge my way over there and see if I can open it.
Okay, you're just gonna open that bad boy up. All right.
I never claimed to make good RPG decisions. I made my one intelligent decision of the night. It's chaos time.
Emmy is right there waiting to help, just for the record.
Oh, so
She's in,
I don't get the
guardian mode.
I don't get the fist fight of TPK, but we can open up some points.
You know, so much for those trap disarming rules I wrote up. Let's just open this bad boy.
No!
This is what happens when you don't have a rogue in the party. Just
So,
say.
Yeah, I'm not playing the rogue anymore, Alex.
You go to reach towards the chest, and this crystal that's on the chest kind of just bursts in this magical blast, and you take 10 points of magic damage from the arcane trap.
Shit!
Soren looking up from his book. Oh yes, my father warned me about Oh, okay.
But the chest is now opened, and the contents within are yours.
What's
What's
inside?
inside? Socks.
Wait, hold on.
Socks.
So you open up the chest, and it's a well-preserved... It's like... It looks like it never saw a sign of rust. It's a suit of finely crafted chainmail. It's got kind of like leaf embellishments, and like there's like the head of there's like the face, like the head of the elven goddess Celity, and on the shoulders are like the moon and a paw print. And on the back is like a flaming sword kind of on this chainmail. If you want to appraise this chainmail, give me an intelligence roll for appraisal type things.
Can I use my caravan background?
Yes.
Because merchants, baby.
I doubt I'd have anything particularly useful, but it's a 15 just intelligence.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Anyone else?
I don't really think I have anything. I've got
All right.
Wanderer. That's about as close as I got.
I don't know anything about that.
All
Oh,
right.
you know what? Daunting Warrior might know about it because it's armor.
Yeah.
If it was clothing, that's a different story.
Haha.
And you do
Alright.
know that this is like has an artistic quality to it still too.
All right, and we're back on the money, so that's 22.
Shaw, you recognize a good suit of armor when you see it, and you know you fucked around with the elves before. They make some good damn chainmail. When
It's
Shaw,
not bad.
Shaw, you're just like, give me that, and everyone like notices it's like very lightweight. The wearer of this armor, it's heavy armor, but the wearer does not suffer attack penalties for wearing such armor.
Oh shoot. All right, well, basically it's like my armor, but it doesn't feel as heavy as it, you know. So here.
Do you not want it?
Wait, what? Oh, I just bought this armor, and that's probably for somebody that needs to be covered up, but ain't got the strength to
Oh,
be covered up, you know.
I would like it, unless somebody else needs it more.
no, mine is custom tailored, thank you.
I'm obviously not going to take it because you can't cover all this up. So
Cover
And
all what
that's
up?
Really trained with armor, so
It's mine now!
All right. Elven chainmail.
Anything
is
else
good.
in that there trunk?
And there is
I
a
sacrificed 10 hit points for this armor.
worth.
I'm
as you-
invalid.
Worth it.
As you're digging around, you also find a pair of old bracers. They've got like a bronze look to them. They're very intricately designed. And like they kind of have gems embedded into like the forearm top part of the bracer.
Oh, well, now let's take a look here at this. I'm gonna just use Daunting Warrior again.
Sure.
Let's see, that is a 7. So that's 23.
All right, these are bracers of elven kind. By wearing these, +1 AC.
I offer them to Emmy. They seem Emmy-ish.
These would be very useful, yes. If nobody else wanted these.
I think that they are best suited for you.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, yeah, I'll be happy to give them a try.
So they slide on quite well, and they're very lightweight. So they're perfect for Emmy's paws that can't handle like some bracers that'd be really stiff. These are very like loose bracers, very well made for like someone who's a warrior. You got a lot of free wrist movement still and all that, but you still have like the support you need for punching foes and whatnot.
Sweet. Yeah, I think she like puts them on and sort of does like just a few practice air like move forms and is like, okay, I think these will be great.
And you notice kind of like if you like something would like kind of come like if you throw your arm up to like block a blow, the gems will kind of like pulse a little bit to kind of like give. That's where the +1 AC
Ooh.
comes from, is from the gems embedded in them.
Oh, neat. She like keeps going, watching the tracers of the light, raving.
What are the stats on the Elven chainmail?
It's just heavy armor, but you just don't have the. It's so you'd reference your class.
Sick. Thank you.
You'd reference your class, but ignore the attack penalty. So normally, for like being a cleric wearing heavy armor, you'd suffer like a -2 attack or whatever. But not
Thank you.
anymore.
Yes.
All right, dear friends. Where else would you like to go up here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 other rooms, and then 4 towers to climb as well.
Oh, goodness.
Do any of the doors look bigger than the rest of them, or anything like that?
Yeah. There's 2 sizable doors.
Any of them locked?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna tornado kick one of the doors open. Let's do this.
All right. So you tornado. The spacious hall is supported by large stone pillars. Sculpted tarnished metal is shaped like elven figures holding up the weight of the towers above on their shoulders. Dusty tables and chairs are lined throughout the hall, almost preserving a moment in history. A tapestry of a map of the local region hangs on the wall. Tatters along the edges and the faded color betray its ancient age. Part of the ceiling has caved into the room, leaving a pillar of rubble on the far end. Ghostly figures fade past you as if walking by you. They speak in mumbles and appear as if they are meeting. A few of the apparitions stand near the tapestry and appear to be strategizing with the ghostly figures. Guards in an armor style only seen in history tomes stand at the door, ready for action. There seems to be a somber air amongst these ghosts, as if they know what fate would befall them. Let's see here. The echoes of the, oh wait, hold on. You're not sure exactly if it's the Clairvoyants or what. The echoes of the past eventually fade back into the remnants of the fortress as if they returned where they belonged, haunting the dead halls of these ruins.
Alright, well shoot. I'm just gonna look around the room, see if there's anything of interest, or see if there's anything hiding here.
Alright, so you actually do find something. Hold on.
Oh yes, Father, I crave violence.
It's under... Where are my... One moment. Alright. There should be a handout in the handout section under Quest. Shaw, you find an old document with magical writing on it. It's written in a language you can't read, but Izara and Soren can read it. And when you do read it, the dating format on this document is indecipherable to you. This document is written in a distinct dialect of Elvish that is, Azara you would be actually pretty familiar with, but there are noticeable differences in some spellings and characters used that a historian or linguist could use to date this document. This appears to be a page from a transcription of the many meetings that took place in the very great hall you discovered it in. The words appear to be magically imprinted onto the page, preserving the artifact quite well. And it reads, Ahem. Should Lord Yormoth and his knights breach the fortress, we shall hold on to the first floor. They are not to reach the towers or the Heart Acorn. I, Godhand Laeral, shall remain in the Tower of Stars. Should we be forced from the first, the Esteen Blades shall retreat to the 3rd floor and protect the towers at all cost. Shall they fall, we all will. Should we fall, the Archmages and I shall cast a great missile to protect that which our gods entrusted us to protect. As is decreed, this is our purpose, to safeguard that which brought us to this realm, for our empire, for our gods, for our people. Let the Hidgardi dogs come. Let them feel the full might and suffer the glory of the Alfenheim Empire. Let's be remembered in history as our ancestors were ages ago at God's fire. Let us be remembered as the Saladrin who stood up to the Malakath, the betrayer. For we are the elves of Alfenheim, and this is our destiny. This is our home.
Hey, any of y'all know how to read this?
Yeah, I'll read it out loud, and I'll say exactly what Alex did.
Oh, that's a good. That's a piece of history right there.
This is rather sad. So, it sounds like they did not like that one particular god that you saw, Soren?
Yeah, I mean, who does? He has a complicated history in the Pantheon.
I feel very morose reading this and knowing that they are all gone.
It is tragic, but empires fall.
Does that help us locate the acorn at all?
Does
It implies at least that it's still here.
And that it does exist, because I was worried for a moment that it did not.
I told you that, you know, I found proof there was etchings all over the place. I knew that acorn existed. He's gonna say, according to this letter here, doesn't they say that the acorn's gonna be in the tower?
Well, there are several towers, though. There are 4, and I do not believe it is in our best interest to split up at this time, especially after whatever was downstairs.
So what do y'all think? Where should we go? I mean, there's still a few
Well,
more
there's
rooms.
still.
Yeah, sorry.
We should investigate those first and then continue upwards. We are getting closer to what I saw.
Alright, well, no sense in waiting.
all right?
Move on to the next door with significantly more caution this time.
All right. Before you do that, Constance, you want
Yes.
to have a moment?
Yeah, I just, Constance just kind of wanted to stick kind of close to Emmy, and she was really, really worried when Emmy dropped again, because it seems like Emmy gets hurt a lot. And she will, if Emmy allows her, kind of like slip her arm through Emmy's, like Lincoln arms, if that is okay.
Oh, yeah, Emmy would totally let you. They'd be very excited for the attention and company.
I was very worried about you earlier. Are you feeling better?
Oh, I am very much thanks to you and Zara. So thank you for your help.
I do have another health potion if you are still not feeling well.
Oh, that is very kind. I am feeling much better right now. And I do have one, the one Shah gave me earlier. I don't really know if anyone should actually be taking it, but I will hang on to it for an emergency.
I mean,
It's looks like a little congealed. I'm like tilted and it's like not moving.
it reminds me almost of spoiled milk, but
Oh, yes.
I hope, is it starting to curdle?
I think that is something we will not find out until we try taking it.
Oh, well,
Are you okay, Constance? I know it has been kind of a hectic time here.
oh yes, I am fine. I worry that you are going to hurt yourself very badly, and you are like a lighthouse beacon shining across an ocean of darkness, and we need you in our party, and I cannot stand to see you hurt.
Oh, Constance, that is very kind of you. Yeah, I will be okay. I know I guess I have not really been at my peak form lately. But this is sort of, all I have ever trained for since I was very little is to fight and protect others. So if I am able to do that, then I am okay.
If you are sure, you can stay by me in fights if you need to. am very apt at protecting people, especially those who are very near me. The proximity helps immensely.
Oh, okay, well, I can understand that. You're very sweet, Constance, and I really do appreciate it. I will try to be more careful. I don't want to make anybody worry about me. You all need to take care of yourselves in the battle, so if you are busy worrying about me, you won't be able to do that.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
But I will try to be careful and maybe stay a little closer, just in case. Yes?
And I will do my best not to worry. I will do my best.
It will be okay. This is nothing. I should tell you about the time I wasn't there for this, but my mother has this great story about the time the caravan was dealing with these giant spiders. And I just sort of start launching into the story that, like, my mom told me.
Oh, Emmy is like hanging. Constance is hanging on Emmy's every word. She almost like pats Soren, trying to get him to like write it down, and I'm sure Soren doesn't care.
So you have your tender moment as you're kind of poking around the severed hand. You step into the next room, a grand hall with support pillars spread throughout. These pillars have metallic trees sculpted around them, the branches forming a spectacular canopy overhead with glowing magic lanterns that hang as luminous fruit from these trees. An ethereal mist flows into the room. Something about this fortress really tingles the clairvoyance inside of you. You see spectral chickens appear for a moment and see Shaw's necklace and immediately nope out of there. You hear the echoes of footsteps and the scraping of shoes upon the stone floor. The small shapes run between the tables as if they were still of flesh and bone. The ghostly forms of young elves approach your group, slowly and with hesitation. They gaze upon the holy symbol upon Zara's vest with great fear. One of them manages the courage to speak up. Their ghostly voice whispers, their voice still quivering with fear. Are you with the Hagardi Knights? The fear in their eyes is obvious. These apparitions quite clearly think you intend to do them harm. And that
I will kneel.
End.
Oh.
No.
Wanted to comfort the children.
I mean, we might be. Who's asking? Little ghost kid.
I guess if you want children beaten, you gotta do it yourself.
Play stupid games with stupid prizes, kid.
All right, so thank you everyone for joining us for this episode of WovenRealm, episode 6, The Severed Hand. I'm really glad y'all joined us for this one. This is, in my opinion, a really good episode that showcased the mechanics of 13th Age quite well. It's a great fun system. If you have questions about it, hop over in the Discord. We got a whole chat for WovenRealm and for TTRPGs. So come check it out. Anyways, we'll go real quick around who we are, where you can find us, and then we will go raid some friends. We'll start with Noir.
Hey, that's me. I'm Noir. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok because I remember my password. All has the Noir Enigma. So just wherever you are, look for the Noir Enigma. You'll probably find me. Let's see. Wow, I've got new stuff that I need to talk about. But first off, this Saturday you can find me over on Critical Misses for Morning Ritual. Our guest this week is going to be Momo O'Brien. Then on Tuesdays you can find me over on Bards and Barbarians, where I am playing their Outbreak game, Dread Rising, where the zombie apocalypse started at a comic book convention, but don't worry, we made sure Carrios is fine. And for everything else, you can find it on my Twitter pinned tweet. But yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Sam.
Hey everyone, you can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am the accessibility director here at the Chromatic Chimera, which is pretty much the only place I stream. I'm also a member at the group No Initiative. We stream here on Mondays, and we have a podcast of Quest the Soaring City, so you can check that out on Spotify, Google, and Apple, all that stuff. I'm also going to be on Protein City's The Incidental soon, so if you like masks, check that out. And that's it for me.
Right. Thank you. AJ.
Hello, I am AJ, and I am our creative director and tech magician, but I'm bad at it, so I'm not a magician. But anyway, I do our tech here, and I also make dice occasionally. If you go to Jawbreaker Dice on Twitter, and we also have a new setup tonight with captions all in one place on the bottom. And let me know what you think about it versus how we used to do it. I would very much like to know. We want to do what's best for you and best for the viewers. So your feedback means the world to us. And that's all from me.
Thank you. Lucy.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm your resident character artist. I did the character icons for this game. I post most of my art on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. On Twitter and Instagram, I am Bluebird Draws, and on TikTok, I am LucyBlue66. You can also find me over on Fat Dragon Gaming. On Thursdays, I run a pirate-themed 5e game called Lady's Legacy. On Saturdays, I stream Bioshock at 2:30 Eastern, and I play in our Star Wars 5th Edition Scum and Villainy game as JRI the Twi'lek Operative. None of those things are happening this week, but we will be back next week.
All right. And Chris.
Hey y'all, I got nothing right now, so you can find me back here next Wednesday.
And I am Alex. You can find me on the socials as Mr. Puddins. My real life has been really busy. I have one of those jobs where I can't tweet all day, so... but you can find me kicking around in Discord. I'm often chatting about WovenRealm things. If you got fun ideas or you really want to share your thoughts about the show, feel free to jump in that Discord. Do know we are official independent 13th age broadcasters, and I can't say much about it now, but we might have a giveaway coming up. But join us next week as we continue to delve into the severed hand. Still a really good point to jump in if you've got friends who you think would be into this sort of thing. We have a really good recap that kind of catches everyone up if watching VODs isn't your style. So anyway, let's go raid some friends. I see Critical Misses is up and live, so we're going to go say hello to our friends over at Critical Misses.
That's my baby.
Thank you all for joining us. Do check out our sponsor links if you are interested in those kinds of things. Thank you. And we will be back for more soul reaping next week on WovenRealm.
Bye.
I'm going to get that nut.